My name is Carrie. I'm so very.
Hey, it's Carrie. We do what we want over here. We chill, we have open panel discussions, sing karaoke, play games, kick back, or whatever. Let's break the monotony.
My name is Carrie. I'm so very.
Good morning, Al. Hey guys, what's going on? Happy Saturday. Good morning. Hope you guys can hear me. Let me see something real quick. Hold on. Is this thing on? Okay, it works. Okay. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Shout out to my 10 people who come to watch me or listen to me or whatever. Shout out to the real people out there. Shout out to the fake people who still come through and watch me too. It's still all love, you know. Shout out to the fake folks. And shout out to the real, genuine people out there, okay? Shout out to the fake friends too. Good morning, everyone. Hoping you're having a good day so far. It is a little bit early. Well, for some of us, it's not. Um, Good morning. I hope you're having a happy Saturday. I just came on here to, talk a little bit with you guys. I have absolutely nothing on the table that I wanted to talk about. I just said, you know what? I haven't been on here in a few days. Let me come on here and chat a little bit. Good morning to you, T. Danielle. Happy Saturday. Good to see you. Good morning, Madison Wagwan. Hey, M. Renee. Good morning to you. Hey, everybody coming in. I hope you're doing good. Um, I came out to find out, like, is there like anything new that is happening? Like different stuff, like stuff we don't see every day. I think I caught like two things, and it's not necessarily a B sector thing. Apparently there's some issue with what's her name, Adiva and Binary. I don't know the direction that is going, but I guess I'll hear about it here and there. So I heard that. I went over by Lemons this morning when I got up like really early, and I just saw Sour Patch and who was it? Was it Pretty Purple or Pretty something over there cussing each other out? Before that, no, ooh, and prior to that, it was Rick cussing, I think, diving out because I got her blocked, so I can't see what she types in the chat. So, based on the description of the stringy hair and how fake and how weird she is, I would want to say it is her wanting to be black or whatever she calls herself. So I'm going to assume it was diving. I can't see diving in the chat because every single channel she creates, I block them because she's a real whack job. Okay, she is weird, and she thinks she's normal. That's the thing with some of these people over here. They're weird as fuck. And they'll be waking up every morning thinking they're normal, like their actions are normal. She is weird. She has dozens of channels. She would say stuff to you and then come back like a few weeks or months later like nothing happened. People will disrespect her, ridicule her, treat her like shit, and she still keeps going towards them. Like she's a weird one. You well, the moment I hear Rick saying she was weird, or the person who he was cussing out with stringy hair was weird, I'm like, that's got to be diving. Because when he made a comparison and he said, um, she's weirder than Diamond Door, I'm like, we only got about four weird people over here. Okay, we only have four, unless there are others that I don't know because I'm not around here much. But Diamond is definitely top two of the weirdos over here. You hear me? You hear me? Like weird as God. And then she'll do some little dumb videos on you. Man, girl, bye. I'm happy the day I blocked her out of my vision. Okay. I am not sure what Sour Patch and what's her name Pretty was arguing about, but I'm saying to myself like, is there anything new going on in the streets? I think is there anybody not fighting? Is there anybody not being fake? Is there anybody not being fake cool with people for numbers? Is like what else is happening? Like new stuff, like something different that we don't hear or see every day. Like, is there anything new? Does anybody know? I think I saw Brian yesterday. I think so. Yeah, I did. He was live brushing his teeth, shaving and stuff. I think he's doing better. He's been making plans about stuff he's going to do when he gets out, his diet, his exercise and stuff. So I think he was given an update. I didn't stay long enough. I stick around in spaces long enough to just get the gist of what's going on and then I move on. Um Tommy and Castro still like, is there anything that I could tune into a channel and I could stay, let's say, a minute to two, and then I can figure out, okay, and I just take my cliff notes and I keep it moving because I'm like, okay, here we go. Tommy and Castro still doing the same thing. Okay, they lie about not being together. They always got to go, especially Castro will be on and say he has to go. They're always going to be fighting, getting back. They'll be in the same room while supposedly fighting, and being on their different channels on somebody's page, pretending they're not cool with each other. So it's just a cycle. It's repetition. It's just the same thing over and over. They'll fight with each other today and say they're not cool, and then you see them both in the same chat talking to each other. Then you'll hear them saying they're not cool with each other, but they're in the same space. He's right over there by Tommy. And to be quite honest, I think they just do it for, the fun of it. They'll tell people stuff. And, I guess it creates some type of content or something for them to talk about. I don't know. So, like, people be giving advice and stuff. Like, leave them alone. They'll do what they want every single time. I don't think they'll be listening to your advice. They have supposedly tried to trick people so many other times, and people take it. And I'm like, don't you see when folks are playing? So I take like a minute or so out of a live to get the gist of what is happening and I move on. Like, who sits and consumes so much of, man, I've been questioning my sanity. I've been questioning myself for a while now. I'm like, what are you watching, girl? And then I said to myself, oh, you got to remember it's only for entertainment purposes. Okay. Everything doesn't have to make sense to you, girl. It's entertainment. Okay. And I try to use that to remember because I'm like, who, I don't know. I don't know. It is what it is. I don't know. I don't, those are the only things I caught so far about, like I said, Binary saying Diva is, using extortionist, tactics to get at him and to, ruin his reputation and trying to get him to lose his job. And, she's requesting money for it. But I want to know, You mean to tell me you got adults who've never met binary before who was trying to put money towards this? Like, what is it that Diva is holding over y'all heads? Can anybody tell? Do y'all know when she's trolling and when she's not? Or is it that I don't know? It's amazing how people allow words to get to them and different tactics that people I don't know. You know, whatever. You do you, okay? Do you. Um I heard too that Solid Sunny got taken to jail. Listen, I was scrolling through my community wall and I think I saw it was Dimples, I think, who shared that video of Solid Sunny's sister. And she there was a minute mark that we were supposed to go to. So I went and I, put it like a minute before and I saw the sister going through the house, going at her door, cussing and stuff. And of course, when I was watching it, I didn't know it was Sunny's sister until I started hearing her in the background cussing and stuff. And I'm like, oh, they're doing this again? Anywho, she got pepper sprayed. This is just me giving cliff notes because I don't like sit through the entire things. I don't sit through like hours and hours of conversations about one thing. It's like watching Nancy Grace. Whenever she doesn't have like a good story or something, she'll take a little clip of something and she'll talk about that one thing for hours. And you just hear the same thing over and over and over again in different ways. The same thing. So I cannot sit through hours of one thing. I don't know. But anyway, so I long and short of the story is she pepper sprayed her sister. The police was called. The police were called, sorry. And I heard she got locked up. And I just thought about the whole situation and I'm like, and I also heard Jay Dunn talking about it. I was in her bushes one morning because I'm usually moving around when Jay Dunn is doing her thing. Um, so Sunny got arrested with no top on. And I'm thinking to myself, is it because she used pepper spray? But then I said to myself, this sounds like what's it called? Self defense to me, if you ask me something. Like her sister was the one provoking her. And it also shows that the sister, this is what I keep saying, like people allow words to get to them. I'm telling you. How do you allow words to get you all riled up some type of way? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. But I'm hurt. I don't know if she's still in jail or not. I don't know. But the fact of the matter is she got pepper sprayed and the cops are called. That's my cliff notes, okay? I don't know anything else because I haven't been around long enough to like hear everything. Um but that's that. Is there anything else new going on? I can't think of anything. I don't. Good morning, storylines. Happy Saturday. Yeah, I don't know if there's anything else new. If anything else happened, it would have been over by Lemons, I think. I don't know. And I got some good sleep last night, so I can tell you shit that happened over there. Until this morning when I got up, I saw Sour Patch and Pretty. Is it Pretty Purple? What's her name? I don't remember the name that I saw. And they were going back and forth. I guess all of them are sleeping at this point. Like they stayed up all of last night into this morning. And I don't know if Lemon went to Discord after that. I don't know if there's anything to say that came out of that. But like I just thought to myself this morning, is there anything new going on in the beef sector? Lawsuits? I you mean with Binary and Diva? I'm interested to see the direction that goes because when two trolls go at it, because a lot of people do not understand that Binary does troll also. I feel kind of weird using the word troll. Let's see what else we could use instead of that. What else could we say instead of saying that people troll? Hmm. He does that, and sometimes he says some stuff, and people take it so seriously. You know, they take it so seriously. Hmm. Like some of the stuff you could hear when he's like being sarcastic and so on, and some of the stuff you could tell it is. Oh, you say junky stuff? Let me tell you something. Quite a number of people on here, whether or not they have channels or they click on panels or they are in the chats, we got quite a number of junkies on here. You hear me? Good morning, Sky Swizzy. Shout out to my 10 people who watch me, okay? Um, I'm just saying to myself, do you not notice that a lot of the folks on here that we watch or hear or see in chats, they are like real life junkies, like on different type of pills or different stuff. I can't even call the name of these stuff because I don't be taking them, so I don't know shit about them. I and I'm happy too. But they are either drunks, they are either junkies, they are always on something. Like for real, for real. And they swear they're acting normal. They swear some of the stuff they say are normal. High all the time. And I'm like, do you not see this? Am I the only one seeing this? Baby, I'm just saying. Like, look at her uppity. Like, you could tell uppity, apart from her mental issues she got, you could tell she's always buzzed. Like, can you not? I just called one name, but I'm just telling you, you can look around, you could listen for yourself, even without me telling you she's always tipsy or something. Whenever she talks, and I'm not subscribed to her anymore, but if she's on a panel that I happen to be listening, you could hear whenever she talks, she puts her cup down. How many times do you hear her cup being slammed on the counter or whatever she's putting it on? Maybe the top of the toilet, because she's in the bathroom half the times. I don't know. What's they call the top of the toilet? Maybe that's where she keeps slamming that cup down because she'll be in there smoking all the time, and she has her glass with her ice and everything. She made that bathroom like a little office space for her. Like, girl. And she be doing this stuff and she be thinking she's doing like normal stuff. That's some crackhead stuff. And I believe Deanna. Deanna's been saying it for years about these people, these crackhead stuff, these crackhead stuff that happen on here. Y'all don't see it. You can't tell when people are strung out. You can't tell when they're under the influence of something. You could tell. You hear them, or has your ears been, immune to it? Like, girl, let me see. No wise. A lot of folks are. Yep, and the ones who are the most broken, the ones who are going through like real shit are the ones who come on here and act like their shit don't stink. They're the ones who come on here and acting like they're in the best space, the best stage of their life ever, you know? And they come over here, and as broken as they are, they try their best to put this front on to say that they are so happy, they are doing so good, on YouTube. And you are doing good on YouTube, but your life stinks, bitch. I'm telling you. And I've said this before. Some of you, I would never ever close my eyes and wish to live the life you live, because your life is filled with trauma. Your life is filled with really bad mistakes. Your life is filled with just uncertainty, like just failure and stuff. And I'm not bringing anyone down. Let me tell you this. I'm not trying to, but I would never ever want to ever give up what I got going on for what you got going on. Like, I'll come on here and hear people talking about how people are jealous of them. And, they say people are jealous of them. And then you look at them, they live in a 1 bedroom apartment. Like, get the fuck up out of here. You're jealous of them, yet they don't have furniture in their house. Like, who are we jealous of? What are we jealous of? Your YouTube numbers? Like, get the hell up out of here. You have all those YouTube numbers, but you don't have the numbers in your bank account. Like, go sit down somewhere. You can't even live a decent life, and you come on here talking about people are jealous of you because of your numbers. Like, you could keep those numbers as far as I'm concerned. I don't want it. I prefer to be poor and able. I prefer to still be able to take care of myself, and it just is what it is. I don't want your life. You can keep that. You can keep beef sector fame, and I could keep my little, humble life that I live. Humble life that I live. Good morning, Michi Black. Good morning, every. Whose episodes are crazy? You mean the Pink Lady girl? I've never heard that. Now I need to listen to. She's always putting that cup down. You could always hear it. You could tell she's drinking. No, let me see if I could pronounce your name. Nohoon 100. Okay. Says it's amazing how much trash they talk, and we all know the opposite. It confuses you until you remember who they are. And this is why I've been saying it for maybe a little bit over a year or so. I've been saying to myself that certain people who speak and say certain things towards me, it cannot penetrate, because then I look and I could see your life here on YouTube. I could see bits and pieces of your life, and I'm like, you are you should be humble. Like, girl, have you not, do you think that because you are trying to forget some of the stuff that we forgot? Like, I would never want your life. You hear me? Good morning, Melissa. Wagwan, only one soul, so big up yourself. Hey, a view is a view. Good morning. Happy Saturday. Storyline says that's why I see everybody as characters, because they create their own stories. Yep, exactly. The same ones who come on here and tell you that you're jealous than them, and they come and they boast about what they have and boast about their numbers, and then you look at their life. Whenever they want toilet paper, they come on here asking for Cash App. You know, if they got stuff they need, a pot maybe or something, they come on here, or they'll find dry ways to beg for the money. But at the end of the day, they say we are jealous of them, and they are on top, and everyone is below them. I want to stay below. You keep me right down here. You keep me right down here at the bottom. You stay up there at the top. That top does not look enticing to me. You hear me? I don't want that. You can keep that, bitch. So they come on here and they put on this facade, and we really see your life. We've seen glimpses, we've seen bits and pieces of it, and that's enough for us. Okay. I'm just saying, good morning again, Michi. A view is a view. We are jealous of a 46-inch waistline. We are and the folks who be telling people that they're ugly. I'm like, did you look at yourself? Are we looking at the same person? Are we seeing the same thing? Baby, I'm telling you, my camera is off. Baby, my camera is off. At least I'm saving you from my ugly. You better save everybody else from your ugly. Well, let me stop calling myself ugly. But I'm just saying, like, some of you need to turn your fucking cameras off. Like, get the fuck up out of here. Good morning, Olivia. Olivia is cool. Olivia is, I think that's what that thing means. Sky Swizzer said, girl, not even toilet paper them not have, baby. Not even toilet paper they have. Nope. Baby, team tiny waist. Well, my waist ain't tiny no more. Like I shared with you that I put a few pounds on, but I'm still not as big as some of those folks who come on here talking about people are fat. Like, one person called me fat one day, and I'm like, bitch, I've never been your size. I have never been your size a day in my life. And you are big, bitch. Are you calling me fat? Like, get the fuck. Like, y'all are delusional, okay? And I think, you know what? If it makes you happy, continue to pretend that you're living the best life ever. Continue to act like you're celebrities on here, okay? At the bottom of the YouTube sea, okay? I'm just saying. The cynical one, Wagwan, morning. Let me see. Storyline says you can tell the folks that use YouTube as a business versus the ones that uses YouTube as reality or void filters, right? You could tell. Good morning, V. Hope you're doing good. Happy Saturday. I see you went out on a vacation, a cruise the other day. You guys looked fabulous. You guys looked like you had real fun, clean fun. There was no need for any drama surrounding a vacation with, mature adults. Went on okay. Some people try to do it, didn't work. Like we could tell that you guys actually enjoyed yourself. Okay. Let me see. Only one Sosa said good. Woo! Good Zum Zum needs shelter. Okay. Okay. I get it. I get that. Only one Sosa. Some people they're suffocating that thing, all that weight. Ooh, I wish I would ever. And this delusional one who says she has a tiny waist, like, what is she looking at? Which mirror does she use? Does she see herself when she comes on? And this is the woman we're jealous of. This is the one who comes on here all high and mighty, thinking what this is the one who said she retired at 21. 21. Akunawaso. 21. She said she stopped working at 21. She retired. The bitch realized she cannot function in the society, in a workspace. The bitch realized she does not have the capacity to go get any type of qualifications, that she cannot get along with people. She has she does not has interpersonal or interpersonal skills. She realizes she cannot communicate. She realized that she cannot handle the workplace. She realized early and she decided to give up at 21 or probably before. You could tell somebody tried to get her a job. You could tell, and then she couldn't. You could tell she couldn't manage. And she just decided at that age, you know what? I'm just going to stay home. I'm just going to get on my whatever government benefits I could get. I'm just going to start having children and getting money from that. And that's the direction she decided to go. Mm-mm. That's where she decided to go. Sorry. Hold on one second. Welcome to the channel. If it's your first time here, the name is Very Carrie, and I do what I want over here.
My name is Carrie. I'm so very.
Hey, it's Carrie. We do what we want over here. We chill, we have open panel discussions, sing karaoke, play games, kick back, or whatever. Let's break the monotony.
My name is Carrie. I'm so very.
Oh, yeah. So, StreamYard kind of changed a little bit. I'm seeing a few adjustments behind here. Okay. Not a lot, but it's noticeable. Um, yeah. Yeah, yeah, only one Sosa. Yeah. Yep. And we are so jealous of her life. Our vacation at the end was fabulous. I mean, I could tell V, and it was mature people who went out. They weren't looking for a YouTube moment or for people to talk about what they did as content. Let me just put it that way. They be calling folks pick me's and mommies and what else, male identified. Like, go check yourself out before you check people. Like, get the hell out of here. Wagwan, Candy Cane. Good morning to you. Wagwan. So like she decided that she stopped working at 21, according to her. And all she had to say is that she had no problem solving skills. That's all she had to say. All she had to say was she does not have strong work ethics. She does not have like any emotional intelligence. She doesn't know like she has no critical thinking skills, you know? So all she had to do is say, you know what? I don't think I'm proficient in this area. I don't think I can manage any type of work for that matter. I don't think I got the skills that are required. you know? But instead of saying that, she said she decided to retire at 21. Where's the for like what is her pension? Like, let me get off of her. That was just an example I used. I'm just using the example of folks who come in here and say people are jealous of them, but when you look at their life, it is like some downtrodden type shit. And I'm not, like being I'm not okay, let me keep going. Let me get off of that. So is there like anything new? I dropped my link and I think my link is pinned if anybody wants to come up. Is there anything new? Or if not, let's make something new and create something different. Um, Olivia says, to behave very care to behave that way, I can never understand or accept it. It's beyond delusional. It is. You don't even retire for I don't get it, Candy Cane, but I guess whatever makes them feel good about themselves, they're going to come on here and talk about it. They're going to talk about how good they are. They're going to talk about, how better they are than somebody else on here. And I just stepped back and I said to myself, but these folks are living in a delusional state and there's nothing we can do to help them because they've been doing it for years. They've been lying to themselves for years. And why are they coming out here comparing themselves to other people? If you are just so good, do your thing and leave the other peasants alone. Like, leave us alone. Okay. Be the queen you are. I'm just saying. And be the queen you are. Be the queen you are, mate. Just do your thing. I'm just saying. We got a lot of delusional people on here who think they're way more important than they are. I'm just telling you. I'm just telling you. So there's just like no evidence of your happiness that you talk about. There's no evidence of your wealth that you talk about. You are misinterpreting reality and you come on here talking about what you got and what you don't have. Are you crazy? You listen, we got more than just those regular delusional people who just, think that they're, the it factor. We got the other delusional people who think that everybody loves them. They call those the erotomanic. What they call him? The erotomanic. I think that's the word. Erotomanic. We got those too. And they think that everybody loves them. They be clicking the links. They'll be talking to everyone in the chat. They just have this fake sense of importance that everybody loves them, you know. And they're some of them think they're like really, really, really important. And they're like, gotta say hi. Ooh, and the ones who I was gonna let me not say that. I'm not gonna say that. It's a good Saturday. I'm not gonna say it. I'm not saying it. You are not. Do not say it. Don't say it. How? Okay, I didn't say it. Good morning, Sher. Wagwan. Happy Saturday to you. Wagwan. Hey, everybody coming in. Hey to my 10 people, my 10 supporters. Shout out to you. Yeah, I don't know. I still enjoy the beef sector though. I'll talk about the stuff I see, but I'm like, no, no. Is this one I think only one Sosa? Fair? Oh, like Sefe? Let me see if that's what it means. Is that what you mean? Sefe? Oh, okay. Okay, I got you. Oh my god. Yeah, we are the pet Olivia. In case you didn't know, we are the peasants, and certain content creators are the elites. You didn't know that? They are on top of the world. They are celebrities in the beef sector. You didn't know that you are below them? You didn't know this? My God. In case you didn't know that there was a pecking order? You didn't know that we have the grandiose in here with their overinflated sense of self worth and they're so high and mighty and better than everybody else? You didn't know that? What? You better know your place. You better know your place as a subby, like they like to say. Like, who comes on here telling people to know their place? Like, who? What is there like a pick? Ooh, you know your place. Like what? So you decided to do content on your channel, so you have some authoritative figure. You're better than the people who watch you and support you. If they don't watch you, you don't get no numbers. How dare you disrespect your supporters? If they don't click on your link, if they don't watch you, if they don't watch the replays, you are nothing. All you'd have is a channel with content and no views, no watch time hours. So you don't be disrespecting the people who support you, who send you super chats, who watch you for hours, who turn up every time you go live. I could never understand it. I could never. I appreciate the people who come and support me. It just is what it is. You could have a whole channel and nobody comes there. So why would you come disrespecting the people who watch you? I can't do it. Uh-uh. Wagwan, good morning. I get it from my daddy too. I love your commentary back up top to listen closely. I almost couldn't read that, you know. I get it from my daddy. And you know why, right? I give my own self jokes. I can tell you that.
Very Carrie needs your help. All the dumb bitch does is speak patois. We need to help her forget all about her culture so she can speak with an American accent and fit in. Please contribute to the Learn to Speak English Foundation and get her enrolled in the Rosetta Stone courses. Classes are starting soon. She will learn grammar, accent training, vocabulary building and formation of sentences to name a few. Please help the poor dumb bitch. Help her enroll in an English class today. Cash App dollars.
My name is Carrie. I'm so very.
Hey, it's Carrie. We do what we want over here. We chill, we have open panel discussions, sing karaoke, play games, kick back, or whatever. Let's break the monotony.
My name is Carrie. I'm so very.
Okay, I'm back. Okay. Okay. Right. I am back. Um for those who like playing like doing like riddles, what else do I do? Trivia sometimes. Uh Jeopardy. Haven't done Jeopardy in a while. I should create one of those. For those who like doing those little things like rebus and like little stuff for critical thinking and stuff, we do that in the mornings on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays for about 30 minutes. I don't stay too long because I got to get my day going. So in the mornings, we do have a very short, game time where we try to, solve some puzzles pretty much, answer some questions, and shout out to my 10 people who come through. If you want to come through, let me know. Be there Mondays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays. And it's early in the morning. You'll see I have my schedule set um prior to, so you can always set your notifications. We do like 30 minutes, sometimes less or more, give or take. We do like 5 to 10 questions. You try to solve the riddles or the rebus and stuff, and or trivia questions. And we start our day. The aim is for us to just pretty much do some critical thinking, some reasoning stuff, activities before we start our day. And I enjoy doing that. I really do. Hold on one second. I'm sorry. So, like I was saying, Mondays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays for about 30 minutes or less, I come on here and we play a little game where we do or rebus or riddles or trivia or whatever I can come up with for the day. We do that and we just try to do stuff that makes us start our day problem solving, start our day doing some critical thinking activity because we already know we're going to have maybe a stressful day at work. Maybe we're gonna be watching a lot of mess for the entire day because we've been moving from channels to channels watching crazy stuff. So what I want us to do is like sharpen our analytical skills and come on here and try to answer the questions. We don't judge you if you get any of the questions right or wrong. Well, wrong, I should say, because at the end of the day, we're trying to just get cognitive flexibility. Okay, we're trying to do stuff that forces us to think, and that's the main aim. We do not judge. Okay, we do stuff that we have riddles. So you know what riddles do? It helps us to like, use our logic and reason stuff out. We do stuff that, promotes critical thinking. Okay? It's like brain training and we do that, just to start our day right. Right? And these things do help us, especially when we get older. Especially a lot of us on here are old. I'm saying that because bitch, I'm getting old. Anyways, so for some of us it just helps us in essence, it helps us with memory. It improves our memory, I should say that. And in the long run, a lot of people get those different things like dementia and stuff. We got to start working on using our brains to do stuff like this. you know it helps us to try to solve problems and use like I keep saying this word wrong. Methodical approach. Who is this? Yeah, to evaluate like, different stuff. And a little math would be in there and stuff. I don't like math, but I try. I try, I really do. I try. I don't like math, but I have to do it anyways. So we do that. And I really, in particular, like doing the rebus puzzles. I like those and the ones that you got to look at the pictures and stuff. I like those. So I dedicate my 3 days in the mornings for us to, just do that. And we don't judge anyone. We just like the idea that we're able to use our brains to do stuff. Okay. And it is what it is. So be there on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays. I don't know if anything else happening. I dropped my link. My link is pinned. If you want to come up, let me know. If not, I'm gonna be getting my hell up off of here. I get it from my daddy says. It forces us to think. I like that. Yeah, I like doing that. I remember doing those things like at a very early age at school. I want to say 6 or 7. We had a lot of those. We had to do that. I don't know if they do these types of stuff that test your mental ability. I don't know, you know, but those things are. I think they are really beneficial. Okay, and especially at this stage in our lives, we should, you know, we should. Um, yeah. Is there anything else happening in the streets that I haven't, touched on? I don't have like the details for everything. I just have like the cliff notes or I because I can't sit through some of it. I just cannot. I just wanted to know if there's anything new. Like, is there anything else? From the daily norm of people falling out over stupid stuff. Is there anything else from people putting themselves in a position so they could argue with people, so they could have content? Is there anything else? Fake friends falling out. Is there anything else new in the sector? Fake beef. Is there anything else new in the sector? Plays. Like stuff different. Is there anything new that is happening? Are there any other smaller channels that you see like real good stuff going on that you may not have mentioned? Let me know. Because every time when people ask what's going on in the streets, I notice that people talk about what's going on specific channels. What about the smaller channels that have stuff going on? Sometimes they be having like some really juicy stuff going on. But because people tend to just focus on mainstream or go where the crowd is, they don't tend to see what's going on. Let me see. I appreciate you, but I don't hit links, just here to listen and learn. Okay. I'm really exhausted with all of this foolishness. T Daniel, join the club. I know you don't see me in chats like that. Okay. I'll drop in a few chats and very few, but apart from that, I'm not. I don't know. There are times when I get tired of stuff, and I don't be complaining because you have the option of not watching or finding something else to watch. So I don't complain about what others do. So I just tend to excuse myself, and I don't be around a lot. I pretty much go to the channels of those who support me, and that's about it. That's it. I'm really, yeah. I haven't been so, but I pop in and out. I do that. I pop in and out, and like I got a lot going on in the background also, so I got stuff to do. So some of the times I'll just have it in my ear, or I'll be listening to music these days. Um Olivia says, "We're abusing dogs." Did you hear that? Can I guess who it is? And I'm only guessing based on something that somebody shared. Who is abusing dogs? Let me not guess. Who is abusing people out here abusing dogs? Who? Because we got some dog stories in this sector. You hear me? Who's out here abusing dogs? Whisper it to me, girl. Olivia, you could whisper it. Don't whisper it, Olivia. What happened? Who is abusing their dogs? Oh, I guess if it recently happened, I guess I'll hear about it on a channel or something. I don't know. Olivia, only one Sosa has her ears to the ground. She's like, "Who was abusing? Let me put my ear. Who?" No, I didn't hear about it, but I guess I'll hear if I peep in. I got some time today, so maybe I'll hear it on another channel. I have no idea who is, but I'm hoping it is not a content creator. Is it a subby? Is it a subby that maybe came on a link and we saw that? Bodyworks dropped down to say Rico. Oh, oh Lord, oh Lord, Rico is out here. Hold on 1 second. I'm not gonna say it. I'm not saying this.
My name is Carrie. I'm so very.
Hey, it's Carrie. We do what we want over here. We chill, we have open panel discussions, sing karaoke, play games, kick back, or whatever. Let's break the monotony.
My name is Carrie. I'm so very.
Okay. So I didn't say it. So Rico has a dog again. So Rico has another dog. Rico has had a cat, a dog. Now he has another dog. I remember some years ago, I don't know how long ago, maybe during COVID, maybe 4 years ago, I don't know. Rico had a dog, and that dog was sick, and he didn't even know the dog was sick. I think I was there on Duchess Kelly Love when Duchess used to go live a lot, and we used to go over there, and I'll be watching, and Rico was on camera, and his dog, his nose was runny and stuff, and he just didn't look right. And they were trying to tell him, and he got upset. The dog was sick, and he didn't know. Does anybody remember that? It was a few years ago. Does anybody remember? I I think they had also doxed that dog. The beef sector is ruthless sometimes. I think they had doxed that dog too. I remember. Gypsy, welcome to the channel. I remember. And he just got upset at folks telling him the dog didn't look right and that he needed to be taken to a vet ASAP. And what he was upset about, he was also saying that people needed to give him the money so he could take the dog there. And they're like, but you have the dog. If you're going to have a dog, you should be able to take care of it and be able to provide for it. But he got upset with folks pointing out that the dog didn't look good. I think he ended up taking the dog back. I think that's what happened. Remember, we remember the cat situation too. Okay. Hey, Resto. Yeah, they did dox that dog. They found out where that dog came from and everything. Okay. Also, the dog's name is Rico. Baby. So Rico has another dog. That's what you're telling me. Okay. All right. So what did he do this time though? What did he do to the dog for them to say he's abusing the dog? Resto, I've been seeing you around. Stuff been going on with you, Resto. What is going on with the dog? What? Where do I go to see it? Did it happen on another content creator's page or was it on his page? Let me know so I could go look. You know, some of the shady stuff that I see on here, do you know where I see it? It'll be Bertha May. It'll be your innocent Resto. I believe you. I believe you, Resto. I do. Okay. I believe you. Some of the shady stuff that I see on here, I would be like scrolling through on my timeline. I'll see some community wall posts, and I'll see Dimples will share something and tell you the minute mark to go, or I'll see Bertha May do it, and it just leads me to go peep in and come back because I'm like I don't be knowing everything going on in here. Life is life, and I'm out there. I'm touching the pavement. I'm touching grass. I'm touching people. I'm doing stuff. So I don't watch everything that happens on here, okay? But then when I go through the community wall, I'll be seeing stuff. I'll be seeing stuff. And some of the messy stuff does happen over there by Jay Wilson too. So I do go over there and look sometimes. But then when it comes to the whole Castro and Tommy thing, I lock off. Yeah, Resto. I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it. I love a good laugh. Olivia, that is exactly what I come on here for. A good laugh. Like I cannot be on here angry like these folks. If you are so happy and living good, why are you always this angry? Have you ever asked yourself that? Maybe you need a detox or something. Like, how do you wake up like this? How do you wake up angry every day and thinking that because they named this area the beef sector that you're always supposed to beef? Like, you literally hear people asking, where's the beef? Where's the beef? And they totally forgot. I guess they're new that the beef sector was not founded on people just beefing with each other. You got to remember there were people doing reviews over here, show reviews. They were doing content too. I keep saying this. So why do you think you're always supposed to have people beefing with each other? You can have differences of opinions, but you're going to go out of your way to try to beef with someone. Like, get the hell up out of here. It is played out now, a view says. Like, get the hell out of here. The beef sector was not founded on just all beef. It was just a name they gave it because people were going back and forth and stuff. People took sides and all of that. It was just a lot going on during the time when they decided to call it the beef sector. Even the day they were trying to name the area, this little area of YouTube, they were arguing with each other. It was supposed to be Section 8 sector too. Don't you guys remember that? So if they had indeed called it Section 8 sector, what will be happening over here? Some of these people would definitely fit in. Let me. I'm not gonna say it. Let me go to the next comment. I am sick of the term beef sector. It sounds so damn dumb, baby. A view's a view. and they'll be repping like, it's something. It's something to boast about doing. Like, get it. Resto says, I don't beef no more. I don't know if I believe that. You don't beef no more. Or maybe you're just on a break. You don't beef no more. So what do you do now then? You don't beef no more. What you got going on? Oh, let me see. A Views of You says it really isn't anything to be all that proud of. It definitely isn't a Views of You. Like when you are in a space that is for entertainment purposes only, and you got people calling your jobs, you got people trying to figure out ways to to affect your family, like to the point where what you do will affect my children, my grandchildren. It's going to take food out of their mouth. It's going to maybe affect my ability to send them to school. If you are in a space where things you say or do is going to affect your life like that, what is there to be proud of over here? A Views of You says, I wanted it to be called the Ratchet or Section 8 sector. I remember they were trying to get it called Section 8 sector. And here we are with the name Beef sector. Yep. It does. It does have its moments. And that is why I'll always, even if I'll talk about some of the stuff I don't like, I'll always say at the end of it that I do like it, the beef sector. Because there are times when it's really entertaining, but then the times when they play in their subscribers' faces on like run plays and do stuff that makes no sense, and it pretty much makes you think you got to question yourself, like these people really are on here insulting my intelligence. Like they don't think we could see when they're running games. Like when you do those things, it kind of makes us look at you differently. Like you don't respect your supporters if you come through with some of these types of things you do. Resto says, I'll still cuss someone out, but I don't beef. Okay. But you can tell the folks with no life are friends in real life. You could tell the delusional ones. I would never want to get that delusional. A lot of these people are childish. Let me read that again. A lot of these people are childish as F. It's unbelievable how much attention so called men are seeking from women. Man, I saw something the other day that I just could not understand, and I had to just like tap out. Like for real, for real. Like grown men on here acting like children because of the fact that they get a little screen time and people are looking at them, and they do the most. They do the dumbest shit. It's like some overgrown kids. And they got a few minutes of airtime or screen time, and they do some really, really dumb shit. For real, for real. Let me see. Olivia says, he is Mrs. Pizarro. Oh, I almost said Pizarro. Like there's an imaginary eye there. Let me say it again. He is Mrs. Pizarro's sidekick, according to him. He's just adding to the craziness to be notified, to be noticed. I can't watch the channels that run plays, Cheryl says. Let me see. Olivia Pizarro is my girl. Resto, baby. So you so it's no longer what's his name? It's not binary anymore. It's you? Is that what's going on? Ooh, so is this another play right here? It surely is. For you to be both married and saying you guys are each other's oh Lord, there goes another play, I guess. A Views of You says, I don't entertain most of these folks, new or old. if you say so, Resto, that's your baby girl. It was never binary. He lost a long time ago. What is the end game though of being somebody's fake girl or man on in YouTube? Maybe you could explain it to us that don't understand. Like, what is the goal? What is the aim? What are the benefits? What is the light at the end of the tunnel? Is it just so you could? I don't know. I'm not trying to figure. I don't know. Good. Hey, good morning, Terry East Wagwan. Wagwan Terry East. Let me see. I just brought. Hold on. Let me try to read this again without laughing. Hold on, Terry East. Hold on.
My name is Terry. I'm so very.
Hey, it's Carrie. We do what we want over here. We chill, we have open panel discussions, sing karaoke, play games, kick back, or whatever. Let's break the monotony.
My name is Terry. I'm so very.
Okay, so let me see. Terry E says, "Good morning. I just bought Jay Wilson's Jay Wilson's daddy's shack for $100." So it was. So Terry, why did I, what? So Terry, what are your plans with that shack at the end of the day? Why did you decide to buy it? It's so hilarious. I know you guys. So you're mocking Jay Wilson. Is that Shaq even still around? Is the real question, because he is over 50 right now. He's almost 60, I guess. So if he lived there when he was, I think he said until 5 or thereabout. I don't remember what age he said. Do you think that that trailer is still around, Terry East? And we don't know how long his dad had it before he was born, before Jay Wilson was born. Do you think that Shaq, you bought it for $100? What are you gonna do with it? Cheryl says some people sell their souls for views and coins. They do. Good morning, Kaki Baron. Good morning, Wagwan. You hit the like. Let me see. Melissa says, I thought, wait, f- folks, I thought would act ugly has become, hold on. Folks, I thought wouldn't act ugly has become ugly to me. Oh, I get, okay. I think that's what you said. They got no respect for other people. Like, I get it. And it's the same thing I said it the other day. Ooh, you want more oil? Are you gonna stock it up with like baby oil and stuff? Terry East, I am blocking you.
Where my block button at? Bitch, I don't like you. Fuck you. Get your fucking ugly ass out of my face.
I just blocked you, Terry, okay? Terry says, I'm going to turn the trailer into a freak off trailer. It's going to be called a freak and go. Oh my God. Did you tell Jay Wilson of your plans? Maybe he could be the director. Hold on. Freaky holy oil by the barrel. So you're going to have them by the barrels. You don't need the bottles like Diddy did, okay? You don't need the baby oil. Okay. You want them in barrels. Oh my God. Can the trailer withstand all that oil splashing all over and stuff? Baby. I wonder what's the latest on the P. Diddy thing. Because I do know he wasn't charged for like what, three of the charges were dismissed. He didn't get bail. I need a Diddy update. Because now I think a lot more oil got sold this week. I think I think a lot I think a lot of oil got sold during this Diddy trial. And then Armand is over there with his more oil campaign and stuff. He's hilarious. I've been watching Armand do his thing. So I don't know if we're going to get any more updates on the Diddy trial, but I do know that he was acquitted of some of those charges. Um the sex trafficking and the racketeering. I don't know the other one. Was it two or three? I don't know. But yeah, and he's gonna come out doing the darn same thing. And I think all of these things we've seen with Diddy, that R. Kelly was doing the same thing too. They record all these people, they drug them up, they record them, and they use it to blackmail them. If you know, Look at how many artists come under the wings of some of these top producers or top artists, and you never get like real music or anything from them. They're just there. You see them on red carpet, you see them taking photos all the time, you see them on trips and stuff, and you never ever see or hear their music. Because what? They sold their soul for a little bit of fame and vanity and stuff, and they become their sex toys. They become like their carpet. They just want to be in a position where they can be around people who have money and stuff, you know? So I'm sticking around to hear the sentencing. I'm hearing that the maximum sentencing is 10 years for the two guilty counts. I don't know which direction it's gonna go. I have Lemon that I watched. I mean Don Lemon that I watch. I have Armand Wiggins that I watch. And the Hood Table also does a report on what happens with Diddy. I think he deserves a few years in jail. That's all I'm saying. Okay? He deserves some time in jail. Just looking at how he did Cassie in that hallway at the hotel is enough for me. You hear me? That is enough for me. You remember that girl? What's her name? Jocelyn or Joss something that R. Kelly used to treat like shit? Like, look at all those people, and some of them are afraid to speak up. I'm hoping that this trial right now it encourages folks who've been going through all of this to get out and speak about it, you know? Don't be afraid to talk about it. And not necessarily make it like a Me Too moment or anything, but I'm just saying a lot of people have experienced, you know, sexual abuse. A lot of people are being trafficked and stuff. And some of them don't even know they're in the situation. They just, are in this type of situation where they're being abused and they don't even know it. Or maybe they're too caught up with the money and stuff that they don't even realize that they're being abused. Whether it's financial abuse, sexual abuse, emotional abuse, whatever it is. And I can see, especially with that Jane Doe person, they knew they knew that what was happening was wrong, but because of the trips, because of the money, because of some of the gains that you were getting at the time, you didn't even remove yourself from the situation. I could never have anyone doing me like that, and I stuck around. I am sorry. I have too much respect for myself. And I know that people who've been in the same situation, they're going to say it's not that easy. It is not that easy, especially if you've been in an abusive relationship. It's not that easy to leave. I understand that too. I do. I do. I do. But always remember the very first time somebody treats you bad, always go with your gut feeling. You have to immediately start planning your escape route. You have to. You have to immediately start planning your escape route. Do not sit into abuse. You should never sit into, and don't you ever think that you could change the person. You cannot. Don't ever stick around hoping that they'll change or because they said sorry, it's okay. You understand me? Hello, Catherine. Good morning. Wagwan. Get out of it. Always start to think about your escape route. The moment you're in a relationship and you start seeing abusive ways, way before you even start living with that person, start making your exit. Start thinking of ways to get out of it. You hear me? Do not stick around hoping for better. The fact of the matter is, the red flag came out for a reason, and you should make your move. And I agree with you too, Cheryl. Don't you ever tell your abuser that you are leaving. Quietly plan your escape, for real, for real. And I'm talking about even verbally abusive relationships. If you could get recordings of them verbally abusing you without them knowing, that would be good. You keep those until it's safe for you to leave. Okay? Walk away and walk away early. Walk away and walk away early. Do not sit and hope for better. Nobody should ever make you feel unsafe. Nobody. They're not your mommy or your daddy dictating to you how to live and you be cowering in fear. Like, I wish, baby, I am too much of a walker. You hear me? I've said it so many times. Well, I'm not as bad right now, but I'm a walker. I don't stick around for foolishness from no man. You hear me? I don't stick around because you got to have some self-esteem. You got to want good for yourself. You can't just want good for the man or woman that you're with. You can't just want to see them alone be happy. You have to make yourself happy. And if you have to put yourself down so they could feel good, you are already causing problems for yourself. You hear me? If you have to belittle yourself, if you have to make them feel good all the time, that is not a good relationship that you'd want to be in. If you're in, now we're talking about relationships, child. Let's talk about it. If you are with a partner, whether or not you live with them, whether or not you're just dating, whether or not it's like a visiting relationship type of thing, I don't know. If you are with a partner and they always belittle you, or maybe they'll always take little jabs at you to put you down, take a mental note of that. See if it happens too often, you don't want to, because that's them trying to, get to you. They're testing you out to see how you respond whenever they put you down. If they do stuff that make you not able to go to work, or if you want to go to school and they keep telling you, like asking you what is the sense of you going back to school or college or whatever, take a mental note of that. If they always trying to dissuade you and tell you, like, what are you going back to school for? They have reasons why you shouldn't go back to work or school, or they want you to rely on them and say that they'll do the work and you stay home. Baby, you got to be careful. For some people, it could work. For some people, not. Because then you're going to be 100% reliable. Reliable? That's not the word I'm looking for. You're always going to be relying on them for money. And that's a type of financial and emotional abuse. If you are with someone, whether or not you are living with them or not, if they try to control your money, if they are the ones who have to give you money to buy essential stuff, baby, you better start reconsidering. If you have someone who monitors everything you do on your social media or whatever, and baby, if they want to always know your location and stuff, I don't know, it may be for safety purposes. If you're, for some people it may be that, but for some, it's a type of control type of thing. You hear me? If you have, let me tell you something. I was talking to this person one time, and he was so freaking inquisitive. He wanted to see everything, read everything. Like if a text came in, wanted to see it. And I'm like, don't you have your own phone to read your text messages when they come in? What? Like, why are you so nosy? I hate a no. Let me tell you. Anyways, in all seriousness, if you have someone who is making like unreasonable demands, you take note of it. If you are with someone who wants to monitor everything you do, especially in a time like this where people are on social media a lot, if they're there always trying to figure out what you're doing, checking up on you and stuff like you're a child, if you have someone that if you are with someone who threatens to hurt themselves if you leave them, or threatens to hurt your children, that is very serious. You got to start thinking of ways to make your exit. If they've pushed you one time, if they've slapped you only once, or even if they haven't, they've thrown things at you, even if it missed you, girl, start thinking of your exit plan. And not only girls, males too. Start thinking of your exit plan. If they start making, and this is for people like Cassie, who start, if you got a man or a woman and they start, have you ever been, listen, you mean to tell me Cassie wanted to be with this man, or maybe not. The day a man decides to ask you for some, to do some, uh, on, I want to say, pressure you to do like unwanted sexual stuff. Good morning, DC Kool Aid Wagwan. The moment that someone starts to request for you to do some really nasty stuff during sex or some unwanted sexual demands, whether it involves other people, whether they're trying to make you do some stuff that you just don't want to do, baby, start thinking about your exit plan. You hear me? If they keep trying to pressure you, baby, it's not like, oh, let's try something new and what, baby, if you start feeling some type of way being around them, especially when they're demanding certain types of things from you, get the hell out of here. Okay. And whenever you're leaving, like Cheryl said, whenever you're leaving, never ever tell them you're leaving. Make your exit plan and try to do so safely. Here goes a question. You're right, CT. It's time to go. Let me see. I prefer a nosy person over a liar any day. Someone putting their hands on me is the least of my worries. Well, you're right, but at the end of the day, I don't like you being too much in my space. I like my own space. And I don't like people in my face all the time, you know? CT, definitely it's time to go. Run for the hills. You hear me? Let me ask you a question. If you have like a friend, somebody you know closely, or maybe a family member, and every single time you support them, you love them, right? And every time they complain to you about something that's happening with their spouse, you feel, you empathize with them and you try to help them. And every time you do, they keep going back and getting back together. Would you still help them? Let me repeat myself. If you got a friend, right? If you have a friend and they're with some guy or with some girl, and every time they get into an argument or something bad happens, you are there as a friend. You are there as a friend for them, and you try to help them. You try to, give them words, counsel them, or try to help them to get out of the situation. You could go as far as to help them move. And then you see the person keeps going back, they keep getting back together, then they start giving you funny looks. Would you stick around with that friend? Would you stick around and support that friend? I'll mute, and I got the link if you want to come up and talk. Would you stick around with someone who every time they're in an abusive relationship, or whether it's emotional or whatever, and you always keep helping them and they keep going back to the person, would you still remain friends with them? The link is pinned. You could come up and let me know. Let's talk about it, or I could read it from the chat anyways. Let's see. Okay. Would you still help a friend who keeps going back to an abusive relationship? Would you? Okay, so let me see. CT says money keeps people in sometimes. It's sad. It's for real. Like, some people stay in relationships that are toxic just because they could get money from the individual. DC Kool-Aid says that is called trust issues. Oh, when I was listing out the different things, yeah. I get it from my daddy too. Says, hell no, I wouldn't help. Cheryl says yes because their partner may still have coercive control over them. Cheryl, I'm going to tell you the honest truth. If I have a friend and I see and I know they're in an abusive relationship, I could see that they're not happy, but they're doing everything to make their spouse happy and not themselves. It is kind of an iffy or and sticky situation because then you don't want to be in the middle of grown folks and their relationship. You could say what you need to say to the person, maybe one or two times, but trust and believe they will turn against you. Those two people will team up, even though they're in a toxic relationship. They'll team up and come after you. You hear me? And if the woman or the male reaches out to you for help and you help them and you try to, talk sense to them and say this person is not for you, you cannot allow them to keep hurting you like that. Why do you allow this one person to keep hurting you? And they still keep sticking around with that person, follow them to the end of the earth. They could do no wrong. Girl, I'm leaving you alone. I'm not helping you because then I'll be there trying to help you. He may be busting your ass. He may be disrespecting you. He may be keeping you away from your family. And then I'll be there trying to help you. And then once those heads hit the pillow and they start effing again, you become the enemy. And trust and believe there are quite a number of people who have lost their lives trying to help their friends or family. You hear me? Because then the spouse gets violent and tries to hurt you. So I'm just saying. Cheryl says she would help. I'll help, but I'll stay from afar. I gotta assess the whole situation to see if I'm gonna be in any type of danger at the end of the day. So if I have a friend who is in an abusive relationship and I try helping them and they keep going back, I am sorry. I'm going to leave you alone. I am sorry. I'm going to try to help you in whatever way I can. But if you keep going back, if you don't see what the person is doing is wrong and you are so desperate to make them feel good, even though they hurt you, I'm leaving you alone. You can't say I didn't try to help you. I tried. Okay. I already tried. DC Kool-Aid says they will still be my friend, but when it comes to their relationships, I'm gonna I'm going to engage to their issue. Maybe not going to. Oh, sorry, I read that wrong. Let me try again. They will still be my friend, but when it comes to their relationship, I'm not going to engage in their issues. I got it. I get what you're saying. But I could still be a friend from afar, but I'm definitely not going to be around you too much because that man could be trying to plot to kill you and I'm around you. And then he's going to have to kill me too. You're not going to take my life. I'll be a friend from afar. You hear me? I'm just saying. And chances are they'll always turn on you. You hear me? They get back together and you are the one trying to talk sense into them and your good Judy and your friend, you'll be there trying to talk good sense into them. And then they're the ones who will turn on you and start talking about you with their lover. Like, get the hell out of here. I'm not. Mm-mm. Let me see. CT says they will come for you if you butt in too much, but they want you to be there when they are going through it. I'll just leave that right there on the screen because it's true. And I have learned my lesson. You hear me? When they're going through it, they want you to be there for them to support them. Okay? But when they hit the sack, you hear me? And they got a good orgasm or two, they will turn on you. You hear me? They will come for you. They'll start hating you for being the voice of reason. You hear me? I'm just saying. They will turn on you. Let me see. I get it from my daddy too. Says I have learned the hard way to mind my business because they always go back and then turn on you. I have learned that I get it from my daddy. I have learned that you'll be there as a friend pointing out some of the stuff that they're going through. You'll be pointing it out. You'll be like, don't you see that he is doing this? How do you know he's cheating on you, but you still lay down with him? How do you still open your legs to him or her, knowing that he was just his face was buried somewhere else, like a few weeks ago or a few days ago? How do you do it? How does he belittle you all the time? How does he embarrass you all the time and you still stick around? So you be there trying to talk sense into their heads. And I know when people are in love, they don't necessarily see anything. They don't want to hear shit. They don't want to hear you. I'm just saying. And they just keep going back. They keep going back. Like they got a hold on them. But my thing is this, because we don't know the situations that people live in, and people go through a lot of different stuff. Um, People go through a lot of stuff. But I'm just gonna say this: if you're in a relationship and you start seeing some of the things I mentioned, it's just time to make your exit plan. You have to. You have to. Don't sit until it gets worse. If the person is treating you like you're their child, if you have to be careful every time about what you say around them, you don't want to be in a relationship that you're uncomfortable in. If you got to always be acting a certain type of way when you're around them and you can't be yourself, you don't need to be in that relationship. You're not comfortable. If you got to put on a show every time for that person is not with you for who you are. They are with the person who you pretend to be. If you got to be pretending around somebody you're with, you don't need to be with them. If somebody um treats you really badly in your dating stages of your relationship, you know, get your hell away from them, okay? I'm just saying. So we're off of that. I think I'm done talking about that. I think I'm done talking about that. What else is going on? What else is there to talk about? If not, let me see how long I've been on here. I've been on here for an hour and 27 minutes just chatting away. Let me set my watcher. Okay. Hold on.
My name is Carrie. I'm so very.
Hey, it's Carrie. We do what we want over here. We chill, we have open panel discussions, sing karaoke, play games, kick back, or whatever. Let's break the monotony.
My name is Carrie. I'm so very.
At the end of the day, get yourself out of toxic relationships. At the end of the day, I know, for example, we see Tommy and Castro all the time on here and what they got going on. Some of the times it's a play and they both lie, you know, and do that. We could tell. But at the end of the day, if somebody hits you and you keep going back, you want that for yourself. you know, you want that for yourself. I'm just saying. So we see evidence of people who are in really toxic relationships and they keep going back, and it just doesn't make any sense. It makes no sense to me because you're just going to keep going over and over and over and doing the same thing. And maybe one day you're going to get a final whooping that you can't come back from. You may lose your life. So the very first day somebody puts their hands on you, I suggest you get out of the situation. You may love the person may possess other like really good qualities that you love, but the moment they do that to you is the moment you should seek better for yourself. The moment they start abusing you verbally or emotionally is a moment you should have that talk with yourself and tell yourself that you deserve better. You did not come in this world out of love. Out of love. You were born out of love, and you grow up into adulthood and you have somebody else treating you like shit. Go where you're loved. Be around people who love you. So do not overlook the little things that happen. You need to be safe. You need to keep yourself safe. Okay? And that's all I got to say. I think it's time to get up off of here. Unless somebody wants to click the link, I have absolutely nothing else. Have I been talking on mute this whole time? I hope not. Hold on. Oh Lord, let me get off of that. Hold on. You went to the store, Olivia. Okay. Um, Candy Cane says my best friend and her boyfriend at the time had been fighting, and I heard about it. I found out he had a warrant for his arrest. Wait, wait a minute. Let me read this again. My best friend and her boyfriend at the time had been fighting, and I heard about it. I found out he had a warrant out for his arrest. I called Crime Stoppers on him. So wait, Candy, when you did this, do you think he thought that it was your best friend who called? Because in the midst of them fighting, if he suddenly gets arrested, he would have probably thought that his woman did it. Do you think he thought she did it? My God. And wait, when he came out, did they get back together? Oh my God. I may possibly be behind it. Hold on. Yeah. I'm waiting for Candy Cane to type. Candy Cane says she called. Maybe if I was younger, I would do something like that. Probably, get him out of the house, and so she could figure out what she got to do for herself. In the time that he gets arrested and he's in jail, she could make her move. Woman and men, you have to start thinking more of yourself. You have to. Why do you need to sit around and take crap from another adult? No. Want more for yourself. You have to want more for yourself. Expect you got to just want to you have to want more for yourself. That's all I got to say. I'm waiting for Candy Cane to finish typing cuz that's hilarious. Just imagine. I'm waiting for Candy Cane to finish typing. I know I'm possibly. Oh wait, I want to know what happened. And I heard about man. Listen, Rick Reed served Rex his egg. Where did this happen, Olivia? Was it on his channel? Was it somewhere else? Olivia seems to be knowing what's going on. Did Rick go live and do that on his channel? Did Rex try to click his link? What happened? I do recall seeing Rex live last night. He had somebody on his panel. I don't remember who it was, but Rex has been going live. Like most of the people who I ask if they'd ever have a channel, like people who I see click links all the time, I'm like, are you gonna start your channel? Are you gonna start doing content on your channel? And they'll say, no, I don't want a channel. And then here we are. Hold on, I think I have Candy Cane in the back. Oh, Candy Cane fell off. Ooh, Candy was in the back a while ago. I don't know if she's gonna come back. She dropped off. I don't know if I saw it too late or what. But you can come back, Candy Cane. Where did this happen? Where did they go? What caused it? Let me make sure this is Candy Cane. Good morning.
Hi, can you hear me?
Oh yeah, I can hear you. Hey, Candy.
Yeah, hey, I'm sitting up here, girl, early in the morning, he's snacking on some damn peanut butter M&Ms.
Oh, you started off sweet this morning, huh?
Didn't
You gotta get a sugar rush.
I?
Okay.
Girl, yeah. But yeah, it was like back in
How
the
was?
90s.
Oh, so you guys were young. Okay,
Oh,
okay.
yeah, yeah. It was
So
like back in the
did they
90s.
live? So they lived together?
hmm
Okay. Okay.
They had
So
just moved on the same side of town as my mom, and they had lived down the hill. So I know I had called, and a couple of times I heard they had been fighting, and I kept telling her, I'm like, look here, you call me. You call me. So she didn't want to say nothing. And I went over there one day and she didn't answer her door. And I'm like, that's strange because that ain't what she do. And then I had called and her mom was telling me that they had been fighting. And I heard her sister say to her, I was blacked. I thought, you got me messed up. And I know she's a fighter. So I know, and they was talking about how he was messed up too, this, that, and the other. But no, you fighting my friend. And it's my
mm.
best friend that just passed.
Oh, I wanted to ask you,
hmm
but I
Yep,
didn't.
that was her.
Mm.
And honey, I happened to be looking on cable, on the cable, one of the networks, they had a channel where they had local people that they were looking for. They had Warren Southport. And I looked
What?
up there. I used to just watch the channel, see who, if I knew. Let me, you know, let me see who I know on here, you know.
That one dropped in
And
your
I'll be
lap.
warning them like they got a warrant out for you. You better lay low, whatever. And I happened to see him, and I said, "Oh, that fell right in my lap." Me and my kid's father was sitting up watching it, and that fell right in my lap. And I said, "Oh," he said, "What you getting ready to do?" I said, "Watch me." I called Crime Stoppers, and they was like, "Okay, do you know where he is?" I said, "Yeah, and I know where he worked." And I busted his ass down. I got my damn $300.
I was about to I was about to ask you how much you got.
And I didn't say a word. Next thing you know, his ass was arrested and he ended up having to go to prison.
Ooh, how long did he
And
go for?
he was there for, let me see if I remember. He went
Long enough.
for like no, it was like about a year and a half. And he got out and
Mm.
coming to find out he still had another warrant for his arrest.
What?
And his ass went back, and that's when he did the time right there. That was when he did the time. But I got the ball rolling.
Okay. Did your friend ever find out that you did make
Oh
it
yeah,
across?
I told her. We ain't never keep nothing
Ooh,
from each other.
how did
I
she feel
told her
about
later, and she was like, I told her after she had her last child, because her last child is not his. I hate that I love my baby, but I told her, I said, girl, I can't stand your father. She said, I know. They call me
that?
auntie. She said, I
Mm.
know, auntie. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh wow.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Mm-hmm.
you did the Lord's work and you got paid for it. The Lord paid you handsomely because that's a lot of money in that time
I
too.
told my friend, and she was like, well, she gonna say, well, where the fuck is my cut?
She should have made the call too. Probably I don't know if she even know he had a warrant.
You know what? She may have.
She was
A lot of
protecting
times
him.
these went. Sometimes I'm not gonna say all the time because these guys do things and you don't be knowing nothing, but they just assume that you know because y'all together. But sometimes they do know, and I think she knew, but she she never said that she even now never said that she knew. But
Oh,
I
mhm,
believe she knew, and that's how he was hiding out with her because after they moved, he
mhm.
ended up being with her when he was out in a whole nother city where they was actually looking for him. So, like I told her, he used your ass for a hideout. And I
Right.
don't appreciate that shit.
So was he working?
Yeah, that's why I say I told him where he worked at.
Oh yeah, yeah, you did say that.
And that's what that
He doesn't
and
know
I know
about.
the first time they got him from his job, the second time they got him from her house.
Right. Because I was wondering,
Hmm.
like, how does he? They don't do like background checks before employing people. I'm like, he had a whole warrant and all.
Sometimes they don't commit the crime until after it happens. And that's
Right.
what that was in this situation, that's what it was.
I
You
get it
know,
from my
he had,
dad. It says you didn't tell her. You didn't tell your best friend shit.
oh yeah, I didn't tell her right then. No, I told her after she had her last baby, and she had her last baby in 1997. So that's when I told her after she had that baby.
Oh,
And she was like, "Where the fuck is my cut?" I'm like, no. You get none of this because you should have told. If you had told me they had a warrant out for him, I would have taken care of that and then we could have split it. But no, you ain't tell me, so it's all mine. But that was a whole lot. That's what I told her. But
okay.
when I went over there, her baby was on her last two Pampers, and it's not like she couldn't go buy them. But I was on my way, and I was at the store, so I grabbed them, took them, and was like, "Here." And she like,
Mhm.
"I ain't need it." She was trying to give my money back. I don't need your money back because she's done things for my kids.
Yeah.
So yeah, and it wasn't just that. I even went and bought her kids a couple of things. If I use that money on my kids and her kids, and back then $300 kind of
It's
went
a
a
lot
long
of
way.
money. Right.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So yeah, I hooked them up, and she was like, "I ain't even know. You didn't tell me nothing." I spent that money on them kids. Leave me alone. And she was like, "Oh well."
Right. Well, you did what you had to do. I'm just
Mhm.
saying,
I called
how?
Crime Stoppers on his ass. My mom was like, "Oh my God, no, you did." I said, "Yes, I did." I told her mother knew though. Her mother knew. She said, "Girl, no, you didn't." I said, "Yes, I did."
The
I called them.
coincidence of it all, though, because when you that's your friend right there, and how
Mhm.
coincidental is it that you were there sitting down after hearing about what he did to her, and then boom, bloop, what, not boop, bloop, there goes Crime Stopper showing his picture on the screen.
Yeah.
Like how
Crime
that was set up. That was just
Cause
set.
not cause a lot of cause I know I went down there and got in his face a couple of times, and my kid's father, I was with him at the time, and he was like, "Don't do that, cause then when you do that, then that's gonna make me have to do something." And he was my kid's father is a big guy. He's like 6'4", and he looked like he can play for a football team. Yeah, he's a big guy. He's like 270 or 250, something like that. And he's always been that size since I've known him, and we were kids when we got together. So we imagine that, and then you're talking about somebody that's 5'6" and don't even weigh 200 pounds. So
Oh,
if he
he
got a
was
hold of him,
that
it just would have
deep,
been madness.
right? He was
So
he was
yeah,
walking like a fly.
yeah,
Oh my God!
yeah.
And then you wouldn't want people to get hurt.
Right. So I just said, well, I'm just gonna do this. And when we were sitting up, we were talking about that like the night before. And then just so happened we're sitting up watching TV, and that's when that came up, and I'm like, oh. He's like, "What you about to do?" I said, "Just watch me." It's the Crime Stoppers channel. I was watching it, and then it came up, and I said, "All right now." And I called him. I told him where he worked. I told him where he was living, and they got his ass. They got the ball rolling.
Right.
Hmm.
I hope she did. Did she end up being with like after that, like with any other person who was abusive to her after
Uh-uh.
that?
Uh-uh.
She learned her
No.
lesson.
Nope, she didn't.
Good
She
because
was with her oldest kid's father,
mm,
and he called himself trying to fight her, but she used to whoop his ass. And
My
she
God.
did. She did. And that last time I went to get her from their house, he was living with his mother at the time. This was like back in 1993. And I went to get her from over there, me and another one of my friends. We went to go get her. And just so happened they was trying to fight her and they were outside. So we got the kids and put them in the car. And I ran up on him. I
Baby.
ran up on him. I uppercut him in his chin.
Oh, you were out here scrapping too? Oh my
I was scrapping for her. Yes, the hell I was.
God.
Yes, the hell I was. In fact, we was at the club one night, and one of her cousins, this guy was calling himself talking to her, and we watched them the whole night. You know, we had a system where we watched each other. You know what I mean? And it was a whole group of us. It was like 10 to 15 of us girls out. You know, my friends and her friends, and we would get them all together. They all kicking in and stuff to this day. But we got them all together. They met each other. They cool. They good. They're friends. So we all out, and the guy her cousin was talking to, he started pushing up on her, and he pushing her up against the wall, grabbing on her. I'm like, wait a minute, hold on. How did they go from dancing and all of this, laughing and talking, to this? But we been have we, you know, we, like I said, we kept an eye on each other. Even in the bathroom, you go in the bathroom, two of y'all go in there. We don't care if y'all don't come out. We coming in, you know, that type of thing.
Yeah.
And so we were watching the drinks. We were watchers. We weren't just out kicking it and, you know, partying and you know, not paying attention, because you know people do that, but that wasn't us. So we watching this, and this guy started grabbing on her, and I'm like, wait a minute. And I tapped her. I said, look, you see that? And she turned and she said, oh hell no. So we walked over there. We bossed up on him. And then his boys started coming over. It was like 4 of them. And then some more of our friends started coming over. They was like, wait a minute, now it's all these damn girls. They about to rock our shit. Let's get out of there. They was like, they told them, bro, you on your own. And they walked off.
They left.
Then we get outside, and this dude walks up on me, and he talking about, Gary, this was crazy. Wait a minute now. They're talking about, yeah, he walks up on me. He said, yeah, I want your number. Now, back then, that's when the cell phones had started coming out. This is like 1997, and people start getting, you know, about 1998. People start, you know, that's when they around the time when they start carrying cell phones, you know. And you know, we still had our pagers. But I gave get the guy, he walked up on me, and my back is turned. So he steps to me and tells me he want my number. All aggressive and shit. And my friend, she's standing there in front of me, and her cousin standing on the other side. Both of them standing in front of me, you know, but they standing and they facing each other, and I'm facing them, you know, like that triangle thing. And so he walks up on my back and tell me he want my number. So I said, oh, okay. And I turn around and I turn and look, I ain't see nobody. So we kept talking. And dude gonna say, yeah, you saw me. And I said, who you? And I looked down and said, oh, now I'm 5'3". I'm not dating nothing shorter than me. Are you serious? This dude had to be maybe 4.
Oh,
he
Lord.
wasn't even 4, girl. He wasn't about
Lord.
4'10", some shit. And I turned around and I looked, I said, oh, you? I'm like, what? He like, yeah. And so you act like that. I want your number. And then he gonna pull out his phone and call my number to make sure it's my number. You know, because that's when they trying to be all that aggressive shit. You give me the wrong number, you know, and then they want to jump on you and all of that. Well, see, he didn't know I was ready. He didn't know me. He ain't know my girls. He ain't know none of that. And that's good. So then my friend, she walks up, and I'm like, wait a minute, hold on, stop. And I stopped. I said, I'm about to have fun with this. Hold on. She said, yeah, okay. So she stood there, and we talking the whole time. She's standing right there. He ain't realizing that she's standing right there with me. I said, I got a man. He goes to me, but I see you with your phone. This ain't my phone. This someone's phone. But I could call that phone and they can he said I could call that phone and they can call you and tell you. I said, no, I'm not giving you somebody else's phone number. So I gave him my pager number, right? And see, back then we had the landline still with the caller ID. So I gave him that number, right? So when I saw a number I didn't recognize, I didn't answer. When I saw private show up, I didn't answer.
That was him.
I didn't know if it was him or not. I just didn't answer. I had fun with that. That's why, see, that right there is the lead to me having fun with the telemarketers. See, you got to see, it starts somewhere.
You and them telemarketers, you actually have like actual conversations with them and stuff.
My son,
You know, they
too.
have
He asked him.
titles with that too, right? Like they actually like have whole conversations with them and stuff.
Oh yeah, one of them told me.
Scammers too.
What did he tell me? That one, he cussed me out. He said, I told him something. They called about that IRS shit. And for whatever reason, they called my number for my mother. And I'm like, wait a minute, what? Oh, I'm about to have fun with you. And then they turn around 2 days later and call my number about my oldest son.
Oh, wow.
Why did y'all call about me? Call me. They would never call about me. I said, okay, now it is on. I just love them. I love them. Because I said something that fool told me. He called me a bitch. And I told him I heard what you said, and yo, mad me, girl, and I went in.
And you were a fire.
You know what? It's a stress reliever. Y'all in the chat, it's a stress reliever. It's a stress reliever.
I used to do prank calls when I was younger. My sister.
Yeah.
It was funny. But we can do it these days because everybody has caller ID and
exactly.
We can't do that anymore.
Yeah, and they'll trace it. And get your phone number and stuff. They was doing that back in the early 80s. That's how we got caught.
Easy now. It is too easy for them to find you out.
Yeah, but see, back then what they would do is they would call the phone company, and the phone company would trace that call. And I know this for a fact because me and my cousins were sitting up calling, and we was calling this girl and her little brother because we ain't like them and they ain't like us. And we was calling, and her mother was tracing the call and traced it back to my house. I got my ass towed up too.
Ooh, call your mom and let her know. Oh
yeah. I got my ass towed down. You hear me? My mama said, "Don't you play on nobody's damn phone. You want nobody playing on yours." Ooh, I ain't doing no more. And I did that standing up for my cousin. Oh no, I thought you on your own. And my daddy standing there giving me that look. No.
We never got caught. We just stopped. We never got caught with those prank calls. We'd be calling hotels or guest houses and, I like to make an appointment. I like to make reservations and stuff. It was fun. Calling business.
It was fun.
Appointments, and then we hang up in the middle of it when they found out we were just children. It was funny.
Yeah. We used to do that shit, that Bart Simpson. Call the prank call. We did all of that. Your refrigerator running, go catch it. IP freely, all of that. We did all of that. And our asses got caught. But I know my ass, when I got caught, I stopped.
We never got caught. We never. Thank God.
But my cousins, they kept right on. My other cousins, they kept right on. I used to be sitting there watching them, be laughing. But when they asked me, do you know who did so and so? See, they'd always knew I would tell the truth. I'd be trying to get myself out of shit. I'm like, So they'd turn to me and be like, and I'm like, Nope, I don't know nothing. I wasn't even there.
I get it from my dad. He says, I remember the refrigerator running.
Yeah. Hmm.
Is there anything else going on in the street that you know about? Or maybe we don't need to know?
Hell no, I'll be paying no attention to these. Oh, I was watching. They was talking about Rico and this dog.
Yeah. Olivia mentioned
Yeah.
in the chat. What happened? Did it have
Now I
to
didn't. You know what? I knew he went live. I knew I went over there, but I left because I don't stay nowhere too long. I just don't. You know.
That's been my thing. I don't stay nowhere for too long.
Mm-mm.
You gotta
No.
really like hold me for me to stay, or I gotta like really like
Right.
you to stay. Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly. So I know I had left, and then after that, I was up there. I was listening to them. I had fell asleep, and I woke up, and I've heard, and Lemon was still alive, and they were talking. They were talking about Rico, knocking the hell out of his dog, and I'm like, oh
Lord.
shit, okay,
This is
and
not the first.
no,
Heard
it's
about
like
him.
the first time he did this shit.
Mm-mm.
But they were talking about that. And then they were, how they, oh, I love animal, my animal lover, this, that, and the other. And who was that? Sour Patch was up there, and Rico came up there on the panel, and she went off. She
Oh,
went off. And then after that, Lemon tried to go in on him, and he drugged the shit out of Lemon. I'm sorry, he did.
mm,
He did.
wow.
And
Okay.
then Lemon, when he dropped down, Lemon said his shit. And I'm
Mm.
like, damn, you should have said that while he was up there, bro. Then he came back up there and then he really let in. Oh, Rico went. Rico. Rico don't give a damn. Like,
Mm.
whoa. And
I don't
man,
know. I believe that if you cannot take care of yourself, you're not supposed to take an animal.
take care of no animal. I know it. I know it.
You gotta
I
be able
know
to
it.
take care of
But
yourself.
Rico said something, and I'm for it and against it. I feel like this, like you said, if you can't take care of an animal, and I'll fucks with Rico the long way. That's my boo. But right is
Mhm.
right, wrong is wrong, and right don't wrong nobody. If
Mm.
you got an animal and you can barely take care of yourself, you can't take care. Don't try to take care of no animal. Don't do that.
I know some people like having the animals for the companionship and stuff.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
then
and that's fine. But
yourself,
if you need help taking care of that animal, then there's help out here for people. If you need help taking care of your animal, it is. And
hmm,
so, and especially if it's a what they call it, emotional support animal.
hmm.
Yes. Oh, they definitely help take care of those.
I think the last
So
time he had a dog, the one he returned, I think the last time people were telling him places that he could go to get help, and he was cussing them out. I remember. That's how he used to drink a lot too. So he's gonna
yeah,
have to figure out if does he still drink beer? I don't know.
he does every now and again, not too
He did
much.
say he didn't drink anymore. Remember when he went away
Yeah,
for a while, he said he doesn't drink alcohol anymore and blah blah blah. So he's
yeah.
gonna have to choose between using that alcohol money and
He's
buying
been
dog
into his music. He's really been into that music.
his mashups. He's still doing his
Yeah,
mashups.
he's really into that hard.
Mm.
Um, and so to the point where, he said he left the sector. So I said, okay.
Okay. A lot of people
Yeah,
say they leave, but they never do. But I do understand because he doesn't do a lot of content related to
he don't. He
being
don't even
sector
talk
at all.
about he don't. He doesn't.
Yeah.
And people be in his chat that I don't even recognize. Yeah, it'd be a couple of them that I do, but some of them I don't. And then I end up speaking. They speak to me and I speak to them. And, I meet them that way,
That's
and
like
then they
me
come
over
over to my
Charlie.
channel.
That's like me over by Charlie. I don't know half the names over there when I go over there because Charlie cut out her whole own little
Yeah,
crew, and that's like
yeah,
I go over there by Villanor. I barely
right.
know anyone over there in Villanor. You would have known a few of the names in the chat.
Mm-hmm.
So, um,
Yeah, yeah. So, and I'm okay with that. Oh, I'm okay with
I'm
that.
okay with
But
that.
yeah, I do know about that. But I feel like this. I mean, you people go hard for animals. I'm an animal lover myself. you know. But I'm also flip this. There are children out here missing. Now I'm gonna go in with this beef sector. I hear them talk about all of this type of stuff. You know, they talk about everything else. They go at this. Don't Rico can't do anything because they're on it. And there's been other people in this sector that's done the same thing, but they're on him, right? My issue is I don't care, it's okay. You can be an animal lover, so am I. Do I want to see an animal getting beat or hurt? No, I do not. Me and my brother got into a fight when I was 16. He set this cat's tail on fire and the damn cat went poof. He hit the whole damn cat. And I said,
Oh my
I
God.
never said,
That is
honey,
crazy.
me and him got into it outside when it got
Oh my
we was at my
God.
sister's house. And my sister was grown, had her 2 kids. We were over there. We were teenagers. And my sister, she snatched his ass and I snatched his big ass. But, but after that, I said, no, that's when I started feeling something for animals at that point. So going forward, I've had animals, I've had, cats, I've had dogs, I've had birds. I'm getting ready to get me some more. My mother gave my birds away and I said, I ain't want no more. Now I'm about to get some. I saw the ones I wanted. And I got fish. I got all of my, whatever. This is what I do, right? Love them. But I don't love them more than a child.
Right.
And these kids are out here, these young people, young adults, these kids, they're coming up missing, Carrie. I mean, they're coming up missing, and it's crazy. And they're found unalived, or they've been trafficked or something. But nobody's talking about that. You focusing on this man and this dog, but nobody's talking about that. They just got finished talking about, what was it, last week? 35 girls came up missing in the South, and nobody's talking. It was in a 24-hour period. And who's talking about that?
No, they don't care about the real things that happen in the world.
See, that's what I have an issue with right there. You can fight hard and go hard for these animals, and I get it, but we need to fight just as hard for these children. There are more laws for animals than there are for these children.
Poor children.
And that's what's messed up, and that's what we need to be talking about.
It's amazing how people are able to dox and find people and dig to find stuff, but they can't use those skills to do good in the world. That's another thing. You can't use your skills to do anything good that can help anyone, help a parent out, help somebody out. But you're here,
Right.
you use hours, you dedicate hours of your life, of your day to go dox people and figure stuff out about them. Go find these lost children out there.
Exactly.
Go find people who you could help. I'm just saying. Like, they
Exactly.
use their energy right, but hey, who am I? One
of my friends that I grew up with, her granddaughter was playing in a park a couple of years ago, and about a year and a half ago, and some guys, I guess gang members or whatever, came to the park and they were out there shooting. They couldn't get the kids out of the park fast enough, and her 5-year-old granddaughter caught a stray bullet in the back of the head. And I'm surprised that baby is still alive.
Oh wow. Oh wow.
But she can't walk anymore. She needs a wheelchair. They had to build a ramp. She can't, function like she used to. And they were just in the park
having fun.
That's it.
She's gonna be traumatized for the longest. Her whole life changed because of just at the hands of some really, really, really sick people.
Exactly. And then here, my niece is a young adult, missing, found her unalive. See, these are things we need to be discussing at this point. These young girls and these kids, even these young boys, even the young boys. These young guys, it's crazy. But see, that's what we need to be discussing.
Yeah, that's
And
lost
see,
their
back
life.
home is a boy. Right now, we're still looking for this child. I'm still I've been putting out information about this child. We need to find him. He was missing about 4 months before my niece was missing. And he was 15 at the time. He still hasn't been found. He went to a party, a block party. He went to a house party. He went to a house party with
It is so
young
sad.
kids and all that. And now we don't know where this child is.
You got to be
We're
thinking
hoping he's
twice
still
about
alive.
going to these gatherings. You have to be thinking twice these days. Where did I see a video of some young guy who lost his life? They found him naked. I don't remember where I saw that, with his teeth out of his mouth. He was with friends when that happened. I don't remember where I saw it. I was too afraid to read that article. But it was recently a young guy, but he was white though. And
But
other
here my
people, they
daughter's talking
found those
about some
kids.
of her friends invited her to go to Peru. I told her, no, the hell you will not. If you
Uh-uh.
go, I'm going with you.
Yeah. I understand you thinking about her safety and stuff. They want to live their lives and stuff, but at the end of the day, they don't know when they're going in danger. They don't know. They don't understand. You know how many people lost their lives, their very same supposed friends they go out with. They could put them in harm's way. They could be in harm, and their very same friends don't even bat an eye to, like, help them. And you don't want to
Exactly. And
be.
see the thing, you know why that is, Carrie? Because these kids today, they've grown up, these young people and these kids, and they've grown up and they don't know what friendship really is.
No, they're just all about self. They're all about
Now, see, if it was like I told her, if it was
anyway.
her cousins or even like my best friend, um,
She has
kids or something like that, so you all grew up knowing them, that's fine. But all these new people, no new friends. They just like my father
and
used to say, he's
all the
real
way to
close to me.
Peru. Did you say Peru?
Yeah,
Babe, I got a friend of mine going to Peru. She just told me about that yesterday. But they got to do like real research on what that place is like. I don't know. You got to be careful, especially right now. Mm-mm.
somebody could be running something over there. You don't know, and they just telling you, "Come on, let's go for a trip." But they could be, because I know that's what they do. You
Yeah.
know, so
You
yeah,
don't know. You got to know
stay out
about
of that.
the kidnapping and stuff. She got to do. Matter of fact, there was something that was put out in May of this year because I just typed it in.
Okay.
When the U.S. Department of State put something out about people being wary of kidnapping and you know some places that are very risky. So it depends on where she's going. You know, you got to
Yeah,
look out for those travel advisories that tell you where to go or not.
but I'm not even. I mean, I'm worried about that, but I'm even more so worried about the people
The
she's
people
with.
she's going with. Okay, okay, I got you. I got you on that one.
Because
You
these
just
people,
never
like I said,
know.
they don't know. They don't know anything. They don't know about friendship.
Mm-hmm.
They don't. They don't know what that is.
Yeah.
So no, no. Mm-mm.
How does she feel about you telling her no, not to go?
And she thinks she's grown, but she knows where I'm coming from. She knows what I mean, and I'm not changing. She
Oh,
knows that.
okay. When she gets older and stuff, more mature, she could go do her own thing. But for right now, she gotta go.
Yeah, and if you're gonna go with who you know. It's not gonna hurt you.
Yeah.
You don't know those people.
Hmm. You don't know what could happen when you go there. For real, for real.
Exactly.
Go with people who are really close to you if you have to go. A close family, a close friend. You don't be meeting people and decide to go all the way out of the country. Girl, if you don't go, find
Mm-mm,
somewhere in your own town.
honey. And my father has always told her since she's been in college. My father used to tell her to watch herself. Watch yourself. Know who your friends are. Watch yourself. Be very careful. And
Yeah.
she has been doing that, but sometimes somebody let their guard down. But don't ever let your guard down.
They only
And see,
focus
that's
on the
something
fun.
that we learn.
They only focus on what fun they're gonna have, where they're gonna. They don't think about the other things when it comes to safety and stuff. They're
No, they don't. You're
in the
right.
moment, girl. They
Mm-hmm.
live in the moment, and that's it.
Ooh, these kids, honey, these young people,
They
honey.
think they know everything.
They know it. Ooh,
They think they got everything. Like they know everything, girl.
they think they know everything. Like, I know our parents used to say that about us, but now that they're looking at these kids, they're like, wait a minute now. We got to take a little bit of that back. I really hope you do. Because the things are always from our music to all of that. They just thought we were just like, oh my God. But now they see them and they like, you all were nothing like these kids. Yeah, I know it.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. I'm like, wow. You tell them stuff. Do they understand that we grew up with Gen X? We are the roughest around town. Do they not know this?
And they
We
don't
went
understand
through
that
the
people
fire
speak
and
to
the
experience. You've
brimstone.
experienced a lot of stuff, so you should be able to tell them or give advice, solid
Oh,
advice because you've already gone through. You've seen enough stuff. But they think they know everything. They got the solution to everything. They think they know everything.
honey.
They have no idea.
Wow.
Uh-uh.
We went through it. So come on, don't you think we know?
No, they say we're old, so you know.
And times have changed.
Hmm.
Yeah.
It's way more dangerous if you ask me, especially now.
Yeah, but see, if they listen to us, we can show them out of that danger. You see, but they don't want to listen, so here we are. And they letting other
Exactly.
people tell them what to do. Don't let your parents tell you this. And they telling these kids, oh, let me tell you this. Well, I'm gonna tell you
And
this,
then
and
you
then
got
I'm gonna
social
drop
media
down.
right now influencing these folks.
I'm gonna tell you this, and I'm gonna drop down, Carrie. And I want everybody in the chat to pay attention to me. Another one of my friends, we've been friends for like 38 years. Or about it's been what 30? Yeah, about 38 years. And she has 5 children. She has 3 daughters and 2 sons. Well, the middle girl had been down the street from my mother. She had been dating. She was about 14 or so. And she had been dating this older guy. He was like in his early 20s. And so my friend didn't know about it. So when she called me and she knew I was in town and she asked me, had I seen her? And I said, no, because we don't really deal with anybody down that way. And so she said, okay, well, if you see her, let me know and she explained the situation to me. And I said, okay. So one of my kids saw her and they called me and told me, they was like, we saw her. She was over there. So I called her and told her. She went over there and got her. She had been sneaking, going to be with this guy and all of that. She said, okay, I'm going to take you and put you on birth control. So she took her to the doctor.
How
The
old was she
doctor
again?
told her, huh?
How old was she again?
She was like 14.
Oh my God.
The
Let me go back
doctor,
to you.
now listen to me now. Hey, y'all in the chat, listen. The doctor told my friend that she could not put her daughter on birth control if the girl's saying she's not having sex and she does not consent to being on birth control.
At
And that's supposed to
14?
be the law at
At
14.
14?
So get
Oh my
this. So get this. She turns around. Next thing she knows, she's looking at this girl, and this girl is gaining weight and little shit. She like, oh, wait a minute. Took her to the doctor. This girl was 4 months pregnant.
Can she sue that doctor? She
No,
shouldn't sue the
no,
damn doctor.
no. Because this is what they're telling these kids.
You tell me that my daughter cannot get any type of contraceptive because she said
Unless she
having
says
sex,
so. They're
and
giving
unless
these.
she gives you the child.
Mm,
So
mm.
parents have no control over their child, basically.
But when these kids get out here and do
But you're
fucked up
giving them
shit, then they want to come at the parent and say, "Oh, you failed your child." Really?
A matter of fact, the day that she brought her child there, they should have done a pregnancy test right there and then too.
They said she wasn't doing it, so therefore they couldn't do nothing. But let me tell you about
You
me, because
cannot
when
have
I went,
control over your own child. Someone who is under 18, under 21, under 16, I should say. Why are they allowing these children to make adult decisions, life
unfathomable.
decisions? Now the mom is going to have to go take care of that child.
Mhm.
Man, I would have sued that doctor. I am so sorry.
Couldn't do nothing
I
about it
would have
because they
paid.
said that is the law. That is the law, right?
Mhm.
But there's ways around that law. Now listen to me now.
Let me go back on mute. Hey,
I
hey, Katie.
said, okay, so when I took my oldest daughter to get her own birth control, they told me the same thing. And I said, okay, well, if she gets pregnant and have a baby, I'm bringing her to you all. One of y'all take care of her and that baby.
Okay.
Because I'm not.
Okay.
Okay. I wrote a letter and I sent it to the Ohio Attorney General's office. But before I did any of that, I sat in that doctor's office. And they asked me, well, why are you still here? She's been treated. I sat in the lobby. So you know what they did? They called security on me. I'm cool with security. What you think he gonna do? My mother worked at that facility. Okay. She worked in appointments and they knew who she was. So he went and got my mother. My mother came up there and said, because he asked me what was going on, and I told him. He's got kids. He said, oh, wait a minute, hold on, I'll be right back. He went and got my mother, brought my mother up there. What's going on? There's an older lady up there. She needed to retire. But she sat up there and we had a smart ass mouth. I ain't care for that nurse at all, but I let her know what was good. Okay. She turned around. My mother went up there and my mother's like, okay. My mother asked what was going on. She asked me and I told her. So my mother said, okay, so what's the problem? And they was telling her, we can't do. My mother said, but this is her mother. If her mother said that's what she wants for her child, that's what you're supposed to do. I don't care nothing about no law. This is the parent. And the parent is here telling you this what she wants for her child. This is what it's supposed to be. They thought my mother would come up there and get me right. No, she came up there and got their asses right. My mother said, my mother said, call whoever you want to. I said, y'all can call the police. Because I'm going to make a big deal out of this. And this is going to be negative for you. Go right on
And it's
ahead.
going to be on the
I'm about
news.
to start something.
Okay.
And I meant that thing. I told them, call the police. Matter of fact, I called the police on myself. They came out from back then. The other nurse tapped me on my shoulder. I turned around and looked. About 5 minutes after that, my mother told me, she said, I'm going back to work. About 5 minutes after that, that other nurse tapped me on my shoulder. I turned around and looked. And back then there was the handwritten, prescriptions. It wasn't the
electronic printout.
electronic thing. She came and handed me the prescription and gave me a prescription for basically the rest of the year. I had refills for the rest of the year.
You had a
Then I turned around and I told them I want, because I already knew that my daughter was having sex and she was lying. I knew that. Carrie, I put that pill in her mouth every night. Do you hear me?
You do it yourself to make sure.
I did it. I didn't give it to her and just say here and just, okay, trust that she gonna take. No.
Because
I popped that pill in her mouth and I told her, give me I want a glass. I don't want no ice in it. Cold water. That's all you need. So what she tried to do is take that pill and stick it up under her tongue. And I said, let me see. And I said, lay your tongue down. I said, sit there for a minute. That pill started burning. She stopped that. She tried me. And she tried to hold it in the back, like going down her throat, like the back of her tongue. And I said, let me see. It was sitting back. I said, yeah, leave it there. She was like, oh, it's burning. Yep, let it burn. Let it burn.
Because
she stopped playing with me and she took that pill all the way up until December Her birthday is December 8th, and she had an appointment to go and get that Depo shot, and she got that Depo for a couple of years, and then after that, she was grown by that time. See, I wasn't playing with that shit. I'm
Because
not
you be
playing
the
with
one
it.
having to take care of a baby.
I'm
When
not
you're
taking care of
already
nobody's babies.
right. So you had to do what you had to do. And that
Girl, I
that
told my
facility
kids, I
does
said, I'm
not
not
want to
taking
come
care
on
of no babies.
they
I
do
ain't get
not
out here.
want a bad reputation out there.
Exactly.
Right.
And
So
I
they
told them, I said, I'm not taking care of nobody's babies. I ain't get out here and fucking make. I'm not doing that. Excuse me, but that's what I told my kids. I was very open with my kids, and I told them exactly what it was.
yeah.
Oh yeah, my parents was open with us, and we talked to our kids the same way. People couldn't understand it. They'd be like, "Damn, yup," but we gotta let them know this is what it is. Getting straight to the fact. We not, but baby, no, we're not doing that.
Mhm.
This is what it is. This is how it is.
Louise
Nope.
says in her state, a minor can receive birth control without needing to involve their parents. And the parents cannot force them to get on birth control. It's crazy. The fact of the matter is, how can we allow children to make decisions? They're engaging in adult activities.
Right.
How can you allow children to make some life-changing decisions like this without the consent of the parents? In the same way, some of the things they're teaching the children, as it relates to sexuality and stuff, how do you make those decisions for the parents? Like, how do you allow, I don't know. You got folks out here having their children making decisions about getting what they call it, sex operations, whatever it's called. I can't find the right
Oh
term right
yeah.
now. So how
Yeah.
do you allow children to make these life changing decisions is what I want to know. But they can't drink until they're a certain age, but they can't drive until they're a certain age. But you are allowing them to make decisions as it relates to their sexual and reproductive health, as it relates to their sexuality. How do you allow
Exactly.
children to make these decisions? They are children, for crying
Exactly.
out loud.
Exactly.
But you got a
And that's
special age to
exactly
take a
what they
shot.
do.
You got a
That is
special age to
exactly what
use
they're doing.
alcohol.
And then
You
as soon
have
as these kids get out here and do something, they
listen,
come back to the parent.
baby, you're gonna have to
These
take care
kids,
of
you get out here and you have sex and you get pregnant. Who got to take care of that child? The
exactly,
parent.
exactly.
And now they're going after the little boy. See, when we were growing up, it was just the parent with now they're going after the little boy's parents. And now they're and I understand where they're coming from. I have two sons, and so I understand. You talking about some look, wait a minute, what? So I gotta take care of your back. No. See, it's all wrong. This is all wrong.
And this is why you have some parents who they restrict their children from doing certain things, and I'm all for it. I don't care, because you are not going to be left with the burden of taking care of a child. You are not.
I
So
know
if
I'm
I
not.
got to do what I
Mm-mm.
got to do, you got some parents, they know every move their child makes
And I knew
everywhere
it,
they go.
honey. I had four of them, and I knew what I'm tired right now. I'm exhausted, honey. My life is mine. I can't do all of this. I love my grandbabies, and I'm there for them. But baby, I can't raise no more kids. I can't raise no more
Do you
kids.
know I had to meet my friend? There's
I
somebody
lose
I
my
had this
mind.
conversation with just yesterday, talking about how she was able to leave her baby with her mom after she had the baby, and went back to work and stuff. And now she's basically, she's saying she's hearing people talking about, if you go on and have children, I'm not going to take care of it, and blah blah blah. And she was upset. She's like, okay, long and short of the story is, I told her there are some parents out here, they have already raised their children, and now they're at a stage in their life that they want to enjoy themselves. It doesn't mean they don't like their grandchildren, but they have done everything they've done. They've gone through stress. They've done everything they needed to do to raise their children. So when you come here dumping your children off on me, I'm not going to act like, because I'm the grandparent, I'm going to put my life on pause. I already put my life on pause, So I can't do it. I'll take care of them sometimes, but you're not going to give me all this responsibility to take care of your child. She was
Mm-hmm.
upset with me. She was like, I couldn't have made it without, my mom taking care of my children and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, Yeah, she helped you, but at the
She
same
can
time,
help you,
should
but
she
she
just
can't do it all. She's not supposed to do it
right? Why
all.
should she take it all on just so you could be happy? You have to go through some of the struggles too, like she did.
Right.
You have to learn also that you're going to have hard times. You
Take them
can't just
kids to daycare and drop them off and go to work, and you get off work and you go and you pick them up and you pray. Oh, you
I'm
pray
a
on your way there
I'm
and you
not gonna
pray on your way to work and you pray on your way back to the daycare, and it just is what it is.
lie. I'm just saying, don't burden your parents with your children. I'm just saying that's my thing. Don't burden them. They already went through what they had to do, and the older they get, they shouldn't be running up their blood pressure, running after little children and stuff. They did what they
Mm-mm.
had to do during their youth, and just allow them to relax and enjoy that stage of their lives. I'm not saying that they should be mean and not help you and stuff, but it's not their responsibility to take care of your children, is what I was
Exactly.
trying to get through her head. It's not their
It's
responsibility.
not but she's not
They took
obligated to
care
take
of
care of
their
your child.
responsibilities already. And you cannot get upset with people who do not want to take on. It's a lot taking care of children.
It
It's a
is.
lot. And you cannot put that on someone who is older. Let
Mm-mm.
them volunteer to do what they want when they want. Don't make, your children a burden.
Exactly.
I've been seeing some stuff that some people do and they're so selfish, so selfish.
Yeah, but just know that that's what they're doing with these kids. And then I'm sitting up there and I was watching a comedian and she has skits on Facebook and she was saying that she did a skit with her 12-year-old daughter and she the on the skit was saying that they had a little skit where it was the little girl had ran away like a month and a half ago. She came back home. Okay, so now this skit was okay, she ran away, she came back home. The little girl had been pretending she was having a menstrual cycle and she didn't. But she goes and the mother goes in the trash and see there's nothing on those pads. So what's going on? The mother already went and bought a pregnancy test, came back and said, take it. She came out with the pregnancy test and she had the 2 lines on it. The little girl was
Oh
pregnant.
Lord.
She told her, you getting out my house and you can go stay with your father. She said, I don't believe in abortion. She said, but your daddy do. She said, you go over there with him, and if he wants you to have one, then y'all get it. Whatever it is y'all do, y'all do. You gone. You can't come back here no more. Right?
Mm.
So she said, she's been doing a lot with the little girl. The little girl is she's a problem child, and she's done all she could. She can't do no more. She's sitting with her father. People was in the comments like, oh, you are so wrong. You are so wrong. You are so wrong. And oh, you failed her. This happened because you failed her and all this and that. So I dropped down in the comments and I said, why is it her fault that her child decided she want to get out here, use her own mind and do what she wanted to do, despite what her mother taught her?
Right.
So how could her mother have failed her when her mother has done everything she could for her? But she decided she wanted to get out here and do what she
Lie.
wanted to do.
Do what she wanted to do.
And here we are. That's not that lady's fault. That
Mm.
comedian, what's her name? Leanne something. I forgot what her name is. But she has sent a message back to me and thanked me for that comment. Now I understood that one because my cousin went through the same thing with her granddaughter. That little girl ran away. They didn't know where she was for like a week. She came back home in the next month and a half. No, next 2 or 3 months. It was about 2 or 3 months. I think that girl was like 4 months pregnant when they found out she was pregnant. That little
Mm.
girl knew she was pregnant already, but she hid it
What
and
did she
didn't
think
say
was
nothing.
going to happen? She kept on hiding it. What did she think
She
was going
started gaining weight. They took her ass to the doctor, found out she was
to
pregnant, and she had a damn baby at 15 as well. So
happen?
I'm like, wow, yo, this. Mm-mm. No, I was on my daughters. I was on their ass, and I was on my sons. Let's not get it twisted. I was on their ass too. Y'all better
Mm.
use them damn condoms because if you don't, you going over there to live with that little girl and her family, and y'all gonna take care of that baby. But you ain't gonna be here. I'm not doing it, and I meant that.
You're right, Louie.
I was grown when I had mine. You're gonna be grown when you had yours.
Exactly. You're not gonna come with your burden for me to take care of.
I was 18, going on 19 when I had mine. I had my own place, all of that. No, out of school, all of that. Not doing it, and I meant that. And now these kids don't want to have no. My mother said, "Well, you scared them into not having kids." No, I didn't. They grown. They can do it.
Yep, they gotta wait until they're responsible to take care of a child.
And just because you grown don't make you responsible.
Mm-hmm. Anyways, Candy, I'm gonna get up off of here. I'm gonna go get something to eat.
Yeah, I'm about to go do the
I'm
same to get
hungry.
my grandbaby together because he just had to stay with me. And now he's going with his father. And then tomorrow, them two little bugaboos is going to be with me. Oh my God. So I got to gear myself up for this weekend.
Gear yourself up. Okay.
And then I'm going to,
Them.
and then next week I'm going back home. Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So let me get this child together. His clothes is laying right here for him to get into. He's about to get in the tub, and I'm about to text his father and say, "Come get him." Yeah.
Oh, they are all precious, girl.
I'm about to get in this tub and have me a Calgon moment. So yeah.
SB no pale tinted. What does that mean? SB no pale tinted. Good morning. Welcome. You came when I was about to go though. SB. I'm getting hungry.
I'm getting ready to go. I got to go get something to eat.
Candy Cane, I appreciate you for coming and taking your time out to click the link and share your stories. I was really especially in that one with the with your best friend. That was something. This is something probably that I would do. I would have probably done that too. Okay.
I didn't even know that she told her daughter that. Until I just talked to her after my friend passed. And she said, "Yeah, my mom said you called the police on my father."
Lord, how did she feel about that?
And she was okay with it because if he was fighting her mother, then it's what it is.
Right. You did.
She don't care.
You did what
we raised them right, honey. We raised these children right, and we know this.
Right.
Yes, because we were raised right.
And before I go, guys, remember, if you're in a relationship and you are being emotionally abused, physically abused, verbally abused, financially abused, try to make your exit plan. Do not sit. There's nothing is going to change.
Don't take that shit
that this person is going to change. Don't feel.
Let them know what's good. Don't take that shit. See, I'm no, Carrie, nope. Don't take that shit, y'all. Don't take that shit. You don't take that shit from nobody. You your own woman and your own man. You don't take that shit from nobody.
Candy's.
They ain't your mama. They ain't your daddy. You don't need to be scared of nobody but your mama, daddy, and God.
Right. Yeah. Don't sit around taking crap from folks. Chances are that they develop some self-esteem. That's all I gotta say. Don't sit around taking anything from anyone. Okay? They're
don't
not
take
your parents. Okay. And you are grown. Just remember that you are grown.
Okay? And there's more fish out here in the sea.
Come again?
You don't have to just deal with that one person because you love them. If they loved you, they wouldn't do you like that. Go ahead and find somebody that love you.
And and especially if they keep on apologizing and you keep taking the apology and taking the abuse still. No. Get the hell out. And like who was it that said it earlier? Cheryl? Do not let them know you're going to leave. Just do everything in silence, okay?
That's right.
Yeah. Thank you, guys. And thank you, Candy Cane. I really do appreciate you. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. I enjoyed myself this morning. It was fun.
Yeah. All right.
You all have a good day now.
Have a good day, Candy. I appreciate you.
Same here.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Let me see. Very Carrie, did you hear about your boy K du jour? What happened? I'm about to get up off of here. Is this like some good stuff? What happened, Louie? Oh my, I'm about to go. I'm getting hungry and stuff. I think I saw Katie Jor in the chat a while ago. Let me go up. I'm almost sure I saw Katie Jor in the chat. There goes Katie Jor. If you're still in here, did something happen, Katie Jor? I didn't hear about anything, Louie. Oh my God. What happened? What happened? Shit. Now I gotta. Girl, I'm hungry. It's Katie Jor, Paige and Katie Jor. Are you still in here? This looks like what, Louie, you made me straighten up for this. I'm hungry. Let me see. Let me see if I should wait. He met up with some folks. Hold on, let me read this thing real quick. He met up with some folks off YouTube. Oh, say what? Katie Jor. Is Katie Jor still in here? What? So he went and met up with them? That just goes to show how much I'm not really here. Cause, but what happened though after the meetup is what I want to know. This looks messy. Looks like some messy stuff. Katie Jor, are you still in here? No, I want to know before I get off. Katie Jor was in here. I would want to know why Katie Jor decided to meet up with them. Was Katie Jor invited to eat with them? Like, what? Katie Jor must have left. Hey, Auntie Donna. Hey, Auntie Donna. Baby, I'm pushing through this hunger to get this piece. Like, what happened? I'm just saying, I am here, but I'm not here. So I don't know, like, everything going on in the streets. So, for real, I guess I don't stick around long enough to hear stuff. And look at me calling out for Katie Jor. You should, Louie, you should have said it when Katie Jor dropped in the chat. You should have said, let me tell you how long ago that was, like 30 minutes ago, I think Katie Jor passed through here. I wish you would have said it then. Where did I see? I wish you had mentioned it then, baby. Did you guys see it live? Like, what happened? I want to know. Katie Jor was in here at 8:11 a.m. I mean 9:11. 9, let me look. 9:11. That was 24 minutes ago. Wait. Let me look at Auntie Donna. Auntie Donna knows something I don't know. And look at me all perked up and stuff. I'm hungry. Oh, I got some money in the bag. Baby. Hold on. Let me make sure it is Auntie. Good morning. Is that you, T. Danielle?
Yeah, it's me.
Oh my God. What's up? What had happened? I'm all perked up. Well, my ears are perked up because let it. I have never taken
went
in my life. Okay.
He went out with Brooke and Malik. First it started over there at what's her name? What's your cousin name?
Who,
YTC. YTC.
Mm-hmm.
And then he was over there saying he wanted to meet them and he was going to take them to get crab cakes. So then they settled on TGI Fridays.
Oh, okay.
And then they went there and then I heard, I didn't watch the actual live, but this is what I've heard, that he was trying to eat off their plate, talking about their sexual proclivities.
Whoa.
Malik said that he was touching him too much.
Whoa.
Asking Brooke about the fake baby. So I mean, that's just pretty much the scuttlebutt that's been going around.
So he decided to take the pair out to lunch or to dinner or whatever.
Yeah. Hey, Louie. Hey, Candy Cane.
So it was all on him. He paid the bill and everything.
Now there's some gray area about paying the bill. I'm not really sure because I heard one place that Malik paid the bill, then I heard another place that he paid the bill, so I'm not sure. But I mean, it's TGI Fridays. That's not a big
Mhm.
deal that you paid the bill there.
Right. So he went. So they planned this just yesterday and went the same day and met with each
Yes.
other. Ooh. So they met up
But
with some.
he's weird. I wouldn't have
Oh,
gone.
really?
He is, yeah, he was very strange to me.
Wow.
Yeah, I know I wouldn't have went, and my husband wouldn't have taken me. And then they were talking about Brooke. Malik told her to get up for it. I don't know how true any of this is. Again, I'm just telling you what I've heard so far. That he told her to get up like 4 different times, and she didn't move.
Oh. Oh, so he wanted to leave, but she didn't. Was she busy enjoying her food?
I
Was she
don't
busy
know.
enjoying her
I know
food,
I
Grace?
know it was something about a drink that was supposed to be good.
Oh Lord. So I guess I missed a little mess yesterday. I
Just
wish I
watch
was there
YouTube
yesterday.
cameras. It's a long live, so if you ain't got nothing going on, just put it in your
So it
ear.
happened
You'll
on
hear.
YouTube cameras?
That's where you'll get the bulk of the information. It's a
Oh,
very long live. I want to say it was 6+ hours.
oh
So if you
wow.
don't, just put it in your ear while you're cooking or something.
I'm gonna actually have to watch that on 1.5 or something like that.
Yeah, yeah. And it's not like a lot going on screen. Now he did get to the restaurant and turn his camera on, but that happens later in the live. So you got a little time to just listen before you actually look at the screen.
Oh Lord, let me go look. How?
And I
Who?
don't watch her, but they said Brooke did a live too. So I guess maybe it's some more stuff over there.
Baby. Okay. I'm gonna go look to see what the interaction was like, to see what happened. It's crazy meeting people up off of here. You got to be careful about who you want to meet. But then
I've met
again,
people off here too, but I've met sane people.
right? Wow. Louise says Brooke wanted the content, so maybe that's why she
I
didn't want to
heard that
go
she
on
did say that, and I heard that Malik even was co-signing that. Look,
it.
my husband still thinks that YouTube is how-to videos. If he had any idea what this was, he would be like, "Girl, if you don't get your butt off of that foolishness."
He started looking at you crazy.
Yeah,
Like, what's this mess you
because he
in?
asks me all the time. He like, "What are you always listening to?" And I just say, "Just the little stuff I watch on YouTube." But he doesn't know what this really is.
Right. Oh my God. Oh my God.
If he
It's funny
really
to
knew,
hear.
he would be like, "Girl, no."
He would be second guessing you, like, who did I marry? Hold on. I think this is Auntie Donna in the back. Auntie Donna, is that you?
This is me. This
Good
is me.
morning. It's good
Grand
to hear from you.
Rising. Grand
Hi.
Wow.
Rising.
Happy
Yes.
Saturday.
Happy Saturday,
Yeah.
everyone.
Oh, somebody
Yes.
farting. It's noise.
Oh, it's not a cough, SB. It is the her microphone. Your audio is a little bit messed up. You know that farting noise, that
My
distorted sound.
audio, Auntie Donna
Ye-
audio.
Do you have on your AirPods?
Yes.
That's
Hold
what
on.
it
I
is.
think I
It's the
could do.
AirPods.
Okay, let me take them off. Let me get in the room. I'm trying to have my coffee and my little morning smoke before the house wake up. Okay, hold on. If it knock me down, I'm gonna come back.
I get it from my dad. He says at the end of the day, it was all for content. I could say more, but I
Absolutely. It
refrain to
was. It
say.
was. But I mean, content for what? Barely anybody go over there to watch her unless she acting a fool. So I mean, what's the benefit of that?
I can't watch people who
Okay, is
claim
that
themselves.
better?
Yeah,
Yeah, a
I
little
don't hear
bit.
it anymore.
Who said a little bit?
A
Oh, I
little bit
still
because
hear it.
then your audio is low, but we can
Yeah.
hear you. Let me try to see if I could turn your microphone up. Hold on.
Yeah, because my volume is all the way up on my phone.
It's not your volume. I hear you fine. It's just that burping.
It's still burping?
Oh, it looks like
It's
it's
not
gone
as
now.
bad anymore.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think you whatever you did, it's gone now.
Okay, I took off my Bluetooth from where I spent all this money for these earpods and stuff. You know how we just
Oh,
give our money to these people and stuff don't work. But hello
Mm-hmm.
everyone.
hey, Auntie Donna.
I've been over peeking lately. Been peeking back over at the beach sector. I got all I'm gonna get. Well, not all, but I have to take a break from the politics sector. Uh, So I said, okay, let me go over here and see what's going on in the beef sector from time to time. So yesterday I was up in the clouds because they came and got my baby, and so I had to date it myself. So I was cloud watching, and I see when I came in over at YouTube cameras, they were the arrangement was already set to be where they're gonna meet up, and I'm looking
But
like,
it was still a lot of stuff that happened before that. He started
yes,
being
ma'am.
weird
That's why I
long
said,
before
yes,
that.
ma'am. Yes,
He
ma'am.
was
That's what.
weird, period.
Yes, ma'am. That's why I said from where I came in at, because I don't know what happened before. When I came in, he was sitting in the parking lot
Yeah.
waiting on
And when
them.
he came there a whole 30, 45 minutes early, who showing up that early at TGI Fridays?
When you plan on doing something that's shiesty or whatever, but if you think about most of the meetups that people have done, one or the other was there mad early. I don't want to get into it, but there was people there mad early.
And again, I've had meetups with people on YouTube. You guys haven't heard nothing, had nor hair about them.
No,
I
and I'm
don't
quite sure y'all
understand
had a
why you
good time.
wanna. We had a ball. I don't understand the need for attention to that
And
e-
that's the key right there.
point.
That's the key. These people are doing anything for content.
It's like what I
I
mean. Y'all gotta. I don't even. It's
and,
just weird to me. It's weird.
and
And
now
these are 40+ people. These not even like kids' ages who like that kind of stuff.
and now they over there in his sector. Some of them are getting on to him, and some of them and the other ones are laughing at Malik and.
But they said he been doing this to Auntie Donna.
But then some of them say he quiet, he don't say nothing, he don't do nothing, and
Who,
they
Katie Boy?
surprised.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think he clicked my link one day. Is that the guy who was
Yeah.
doing?
That's him.
He was on
Yep.
the
That's him.
working when
He
he came on. That
Yep.
was him.
Yep.
What
he from
section
the
is he in?
he from the Umar sector.
But
Oh,
they,
okay.
I heard yesterday they were saying that he's done something like this before.
Well, they say it's a man, and then this the whole thing. He wasn't supposed to meet Brooke and Malik. He it was first set out for him to meet Malik,
And Brooke just came along.
and I forgot the guy name. Somebody had hit me up with the after he left from over there from with Brooke. YouTube camera was waiting on him to come back by her. He never came. He went up on somebody panel over there in the Umar sector. Now y'all know me. I don't fool with these people. Now I will go and be nosy real quick, but I don't watch the new people coming in if you coming in wrong. And don't get me wrong. This is not nobody owns nothing. But I'm kind of old school. You're not gonna come up in my neighborhood disrespecting me thinking you're gonna take it over. And when they come into the beef sector doing that, I already don't want to support them, and I don't support a lot of them. You know what I'm saying? And it's been some of them been around for 2, 3. Look at damn grown folks. He been here damn near 5 years trying to get in the beef sector, and it's still a no for me. It's gonna always be a no for me
He is
for some of
always
these
gonna be a
people.
no for me. He is
Yeah.
100% gonna always be a no for me.
But some of them they done sat around and done did the test of time, I guess, and it's a whole bunch of different people around, and they actually think these little numbers that they're getting is beef sector people. No, they're not. They're gone. Those are new people that been around being nosy. You're not getting beef sector numbers if you can't crack open your goddamn stream yard and in 30 to 45 minutes you got 1,000 people in your room. You ain't doing shit that the beef sector did yet. So all this 3, 4, 6, 700, you're still not, but I'm getting off the subject. But it was supposed to be a meetup with him and the man, and Brooke
So,
went
so
because
Brooke invited herself.
because she said she was gonna go with her husband. Well, neither one of them, I think, got a channel, so it was gonna have to be on Brooks' channel.
Hmm.
So it started up there. It started up on YTC because you could see the man because that's the StreamYard he was on, which was YTC's until Brooke and Malik got there. Now that I can't think of the other guy name. But he replayed because I don't, Brooke is another one, been around for years. I remember the way you came in, and you're still a no for me and will always be too. You're not
I
receptive.
remember she
You
came
came in
from
with that
the R.
scam
Kelly
shit
sector.
with them ladies, yes, and
I
all that
remember
kind of
when
stuff.
she just
You're
started coming over here, clicking on panels. Like, yeah, we
right
don't know her as
when
deep
she did
sector.
that thing to them with the teeth and then with the baby, I was sitting back
Mm,
up in my puffy cloud laughing because I didn't fall for it, but I enjoyed watching the rest of y'all ducks be dummies. But either way, yeah, it is what it is. But she's always been a no for me and will remain to be a no. Look what she did for content. We just had that happen. This is the only thing I could think of. We just had that happen with that couple in Vegas, not a week or two ago, right?
mm-hmm,
Why would you want to meet up with somebody on YouTube and then somebody you totally don't know? Now, if it was me, I'm gonna keep it 100. If it was arranged for me to meet with like somebody like Reed, you, Carrie, someone like that I've been talking to in the chat and been getting to know for years, and us do a private where we want to just have brunch or have lunch. No,
mm-hmm,
it could be our rules. It don't have to be put on no damn YouTube. It don't
mm-hmm.
have to be pictures, videos, or recordings. It could just be two people.
Did the sound go out? Hello? Can you guys hear Auntie Donna? Your sound went, if you're still talking, Auntie Donna, your sound went out. So you mean to tell me that Malik does not know much about K du jour, but was okay having a meet and greet? You're on mute right now, Auntie Donna. I'm not able to hear you. So Malik does not know much about K du jour. I'm just gonna talk until her audio gets sorted out. So let me see if I can unmute her too. No, she's muted her microphone. So you're gonna tell me that Malik doesn't know much about K du jour, but decided it was okay to meet up with him. Was there like a real reason why he said, you know what, okay, I'll meet up with K du jour? Did they have like plans, like this is what we're gonna discuss when we
Hello,
get here? No, I can hear you. I can hear you now. Yeah, I can hear you, Auntie Donna.
hello.
Hola. Hello. I can hear you. Oh, she can't hear me. Let me drop the link again. Oh, the link is there in the chat. Never mind. The link is in the chat. I don't know what happened to her connection, but the link is in the chat. So they met up. I'm gonna have to go scroll through YouTube Camera's live stream to see what happened and what this meetup was all about. Like what caused them to want to meet up so badly. And K du jour, you were in here a while ago. I hope you're back so I could hear from you too to see like what happened. Girl, I'm here hungry and trying to get the tea too. Trying to get the tea while I'm here. I think Auntie Donna is back. Hold on, let me make sure it's her. Yeah, here you go.
My apologies. All of a sudden, I was in the middle of talking, and I just started hearing the noise go tick, 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 and
Yeah.
I couldn't hear you, so I went and got my other device and went to the video off of another device, and I hear you saying, "Oh, it's her audio." Let me take her off mute, and then I hear. But anyway, I just wanted to say real quick was that after seeing that. I can't think of the guy name from over there, but one of the guys from over, he's not a regular one that be all around that, like one that we would know from over there. But he did a live and they were over there on that live, getting on to him and plus laughing at that how kind of like calling the man out that he wanted to disrespect, see if he could disrespect Malik in his face, kind of like if you once you see it unfold, you would try to guess what was his what was you really trying to do. Why would you say something like that to that man in his face at a restaurant in front of his wife asking a question like that?
Exactly.
And then I because I don't watch Raw. Now I might have to go over there and watch that. But the little piece that I did see, the guy from over there that who channel they went to, he because K what is K Kior, he was up on the platform and uh they were playing it, and from the little clip part I saw, it happened so fast, but you could see the camera on her, but then in this particular shot the camera was on him and Malik, and you can hear him talking, and he said something like is that the way he asked him something about their sex life and was asking it in a question form, and then that's when Malik was like, whoa, whoa, no, 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 whoa, 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 excuse me, he was ready to go. But you know me, Carrie, with my nosy ass.
Mhm.
Once I saw it, I'm gonna have to watch it again because from what I caught was,
I don't know who the person is
wait,
that you're talking
Carrie,
about. You said from the
Carrie.
other sector. Can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you. But Carrie, with me, once I saw it, the only thing I could think of was why the fuck he got his hands covering his plate? Why his hands ain't up in a fist
Who?
spot to knock this motherfucker out? Oh, excuse me.
Who? You mean Malik?
Yes.
Man, I gotta go watch this. You said this is on YouTube Camera's channel
No,
or
that part.
on
Wait.
on
That
Brooke.
part. Okay, the beginning. I'm sorry. This some good. But in the beginning, it starts over on YouTube cameras. I even got to go do my little homework and start back
I
further
gotta
from
go
where I
look.
first went into it too. But I got my baby too, so I get to it. I get to it. But I just, I haven't been even in the beef sector for a while. Y'all know I've been. You might see me drop down. I just started back peeking in and different stuff like that.
Yeah, I
But I
haven't
just,
been seeing you around a lot, but
I
I know
haven't, I
you're good.
haven't been around or either
Mhm.
cause like
You're in
with
other areas.
I'm in other areas, and then most of the times when I'm in the B sector, you know how it is. I really want to be in the B sector, but I'm not feeling it.
Yeah.
I'm not, I-
Ooh.
and not saying that there can't be nobody new. It's just what's going on right now and different stuff. It really don't interest me like it used to back in the
And
day.
that's okay because we're
Yeah,
gonna have times when
but
content is going
I'm
on that we
still
don't
peeking.
like, and
I'm
it's
still
okay.
Yes, ma'am. And I'm still peeking in and still listening to and if I get a chance to when I go back and I listen to some lives later or whatever. But this that's going on right now, that with yesterday, it looked like a plot and a plan. But okay, I'm tell you this, Carrie. Once you once you go do your homework on it, I do my homework on it. You gonna see what I'm talking about when I say it looked like he was trying to test Malik Gangster right in front of his face.
Wow.
It's
So
some
you think
people
he
up.
was trying to see how he was going to respond to him, and then
That's how
maybe
it seemed
fight?
to me. Okay, that's how it
Maybe.
seemed to me because I cannot get in my mind in no kind of way why a man would say that to another man about his wife right
Ooh,
there
to
in
get a
front of everybody. And,
response, like
and
to see if he was going.
yes.
Ooh.
And then when he was over there trolling and was over there in his sector talking up on that man panel, he was like, well, she is the one who said that she'll have her legs spread to the sky for pills
Oh Lord.
and her and
I
wait,
remember that
wait,
whole saga with pills. Oh my God.
he
Like
said
the things
something.
people
He
do for
said something.
content.
I'm sorry, but he
Oh,
said something about oh God, it ain't funny. Please, Lord, forgive me. He was even talking about how um what her name Brooke was having phone sex with pills and stuff like that. I was like, only on
oh
YouTube.
Lord.
Only on
Oh
YouTube.
Lord.
But I'm not gonna stay up here long. I'm
I
kind of
I just
doing.
scrolled through. I'm at the 4 hour and 26 mark from
I
YouTube
gotta,
Camera's
yeah.
live stream, so I could see K de Jour's name on the platform. I
Okay.
see the K up there, so I think I'm gonna scroll through to see what happened.
Okay, and
And
I'm gonna
you
send
know,
you I'm gonna find out who that video was because you got three spots
hmm
to go to. You got
damn.
yeah, you got YouTube camera, you got Brooke, and then you got the man that I told you, the channel that he went to over there. I'm gonna send that to you in your DMs, okay?
Okay, okay,
All
okay. You
right,
can
I'm getting
send
ready
that
to
to
get
me.
down now.
I
But
appreciate you
I
for sending
enjoyed
it up.
myself because I peeked back over here like I said, I've been peeking back for a while now, just lightly. I'm still lightly, but I seen you was I saw you was live. I said, let me go up
Uh-huh.
there and surprise my baby real quick.
Yeah, we
And
haven't
then
been around a lot, but we know
yeah,
how it
yeah,
goes.
I've been coming around a lot more. Let me tell you, I'm just gonna tell you this real quick. Damn, get down. My sleep pattern has stopped. I wake up later now, so a lot of the shows that I was watching early in the morning, I'm
Mm-hmm.
asleep now.
Oh,
So
okay.
that's one of the things too. So like for when I do find time to peek or whatever, but I
Mm-hmm.
miss you guys and I'm still around and yeah, we just got to find a little. I mean, even though I don't care for the people, whatever, but look, they was feeding the streets on the 4th of July. 4th of July. I'll talk to y'all later. See you later, Carrie.
Okay, take care.
All
I
right.
appreciate you for coming
All
up.
right. In my blessed Watkins voice.
To
Toodaloo.
you. So shout out to Auntie Donna for coming up, and shout out to Candy Cane for coming up. I am hungry. I'm gonna go get up off of here. I'm gonna go listen to YouTube Camera's live stream to see what happened. I thought I would have seen Katie Jor come back, so I could have heard it live from the horse's mouth, as they say. Half of the stuff I spoke about this morning, I heard about it when I was here. Like I heard about the whole thing with Rico on the dog, and I wouldn't have known he got a whole dog again. So there we go with that. Now I'm hearing about this whole meetup with Malik and Katie Jor and Malik, Katie Jor, and Brooke. I'm gonna go see if it's worth the while. It sounds funny. Shout out to T Danielle for coming up. Did I call all the names? It was T Danielle, Candy Cane, and Auntie Donna for coming up. Um, they said Rick Reed cussed Rex out last night, so that's at the end of who said that? I think it was somebody else had said that it happened over there by Lemons at the end of the live stream. So I guess I'll go look. So I got a few spaces to go. There are not enough hours in the day. I may or may not watch the entire thing because some things just don't, interest me. So I just get off of here half of the time. Um, I just want to know what happened with this whole meetup last night or yesterday. Um, yeah, so I'll go see that. I'll go see what Rex got going on over there with Rick. And what else was I supposed to look? There are three places, Auntie Donna said. YouTube Cameras, over by that other dude, I don't know the name, and over by Brooke. I just want to know what all this meeting up was for. You got to be careful out here. I've spoken to Katie Jor once, and I can't say that I know for a fact his personality and everything. Seems pretty calm to me and stuff. But at the end of the day, we just heard we just had a whole couple dying out here who died out here the other day. We had, what's the name of the couple? Let me look their name up. Couple died. They got shot. And this was like a week or two ago, maybe a week ago, that the couple was shot dead because there was some YouTube drama between him and somebody else. And they were out there blogging and stuff, and somebody who had an issue with him came and shot him up. I don't remember the name of the YouTube. Hold on. YouTube. Hold on. Hold on. Let me put YouTube drama. See if that catches it. Hold on. Color Review says it was priceless. So I got to go over there and see what happened at the tail end of Lemon's live stream. Okay. Okay. So there's this couple that got killed in Las Vegas. I want to say 2-3 weeks ago. I don't remember how long. So there was some ongoing feud between him and some other guy. I do not know the names of any of them, might I add. But you have to be careful about the things you say while you're on here. You got to be careful about people who you're claiming should come pull up, because some people do not have emotional intelligence. Some people do not know how to, deal with their anger and stuff, and they will flip out. They call it crash out. They would have, I don't know what to call it. They use. I'm hearing that they used to troll each other on YouTube and stuff, and talk about numbers and stuff. You see this numbers type of thing. They talked about each other's numbers. They used to cuss each other out. They used to strike each other. They used to take each other down with copyright strikes and stuff. That's what they were doing from what I hear. Okay? And then after some time, those two went out and they were streaming, and the person who they were having this other YouTuber who they were having this back and forth with came up on the couple and shoot them. This was in Las Vegas. I don't know. Everybody heard about this. So they lost their lives all over YouTube. You hear me? So he was having this argument with this guy, and all this back and forth, just like the beef sector here, this back and forth. So the feud was online. However, they took it offline. And this guy got shot and killed, and so too was his wife, because they were not able to control themselves, not able to control their anger, all because of YouTube. You hear me? And this guy was claiming it was self-defense. So you have to be careful about the people who you decide to meet up with. You have to be careful about the type of energy you invite in your life with some of these people who have issues. You have to have some level of emotional intelligence. You have to be careful about who you want to meet up with, when you want to meet up with them, where you're going to meet up with them. You got to think about all these things and try to remember that not everybody you think you're cool with is cool with you. Especially here in the beef sector, especially here, people are fake and fickle, and not everybody who claims to like you or claims to be cool with you are in fact cool with you. They do stuff so they could have stuff to talk about you later. So, they could come at you whenever they feel like. You hear me? I saw a clip of that woman when she got shot. And then I fast forward to her laying down on the floor, lifeless. You hear me? And it all started because of YouTube drama. I'm talking about somebody's numbers. You know what I'm saying? It is just too much. Let me see what Only One Sosa says. I saw that people are talking about a YouTube couple who ended. Hold on. I saw that, and people were talking about the YouTube couple whose lives were ended by that man. Oh, but okay. Hey, Carrie. Good morning. I've been hearing stuff on here that I didn't know was happening on the YouTube streets, girl. It's a lot going on. Listen, I'm talking to you, but I'm also talking to, let me see if she I gotta go deal with this woman. Oh, Lord. Okay, I gotta go. This woman is pissing me off. I gotta go because I don't even know how I'm gonna respond to her, especially because I'm hungry. I'm gonna cuss her out. I gotta get up off of here. She's pissing me off. I gotta get up off of here. Good to see you, Carrie, but I'm gonna get off of here. I don't know what I'm gonna do right now because she kind of pissed me off. I'm gonna cuss her ass out. That's what I'm gonna do. Fucking bitch.